there, guy buds, gal buds, and non-binary pal buds. Welcome to HP to XP's one-shot month. We're doing one-shot month because every week this month of May at 7 p.m. Eastern is in preparation for campaign 2 on our channel. That'll be DM'd by our very own Jake. We're proud to announce the name of the new campaign is Crypt of the Ruby Dragon. Character art will be up for that on socials soon, so please keep your eyes peeled on Twitter and or Instagram. I happen to be your dungeon master for this evening, but we have our whole cast stepping into the DM seat this month, including on May 12th next week. Mirage is leading us through a terrifying theme park in Monster of the Week. On May 19th, Steph takes the reins as we take up our sewing needles and become the mouse guard. And finally, on May 26th, our very own Matt brings us back around to our D&D roots as we explore the world of Wildmount. After that, the only thing left is on June 2nd. That marks the start of campaign number 2. But until then, welcome to Maple's Muffins, everybody!
Hello!
All right.
All right.
Started?
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. Welcome to Somerset, everybody. A blissful place where patchwork camping planes have woven themselves together to make a true scout's paradise. Want to compare sashes? What patch did you get this time? Did you have a first kiss by a late night campfire you built with the camp crush you've had since the last time you plane hopped? You scoundrel. But with all of this possibility, the infinite space to make everything out of anything, and be rewarded in both team and taped up century-old scout rule booklets, we center ourselves here today in the Baker's Dozen. Unlucky 13 has never looked so tasty. A girthy gingerbread gate layered with promise and frosting swings wide to let in all that may wander here. This year, the plane welcomes some new faces for its 111th annual Sticky Bun Baking Bash, and a sticky bash it will be indeed. This is the last time this patch event will run in this plane, as interest has died due to the sheer havoc that has been the competition thus far. No one who has entered its ginger gates has returned home with this baking patch, and even more strange, most who enter here aren't seen coming back out. Back exit, maybe? Oh well, good thing a stout group of scouts like yourselves have moseyed your way in here to the baking realm. Let's see who's dropping you off at the baking bash, shall we? You all needed a permission slip to be here given the recent happenings on this plane. For the audience, all of our mini muffins have been baked to level 5. All have an uncommon item, or muffin topping if you will. So, first on the I need a chaperone list is Steph. Steph, would you care to describe your muffin? I hear she has glasses and a shawl and a daughter who loves her very much. Truly the queen of the nursing home.
You see a cute little old rock gnome. She's got white fuzzy hair, wearing a lot of avocado mustard colors, and it has a shawl, glasses, big spectacles with little chain, so, you know, she doesn't lose them. And she's getting out of, she's getting dropped off by her daughter, who, is helping her put on her 5th sash that just covered in patches. She's got a lot of patches. She's been around the block, but there's definitely a clear missing spot for a patch that, hopefully will come today.
Good. Okay, so Poppy comes up to you there, Fluff. Mom, I'm very happy you finally decided to get out of the house for once. I know you have as many patches as you could possibly want, but I have a lot of stuff to do today. Thank you so much for finally deciding to do something. I'm very proud of you. You've got this, okay?
I won't come back without it. I'm gonna do it this time.
I'm sure you will, Mom. Poppy pats her on the shoulder and heads back out into a different plane. Next we have Mirage's Muffin. Mirage, is your character even half as cute and or fashionable as you are on a weekly basis?
I would say about half, because she is a halfling who is probably about 3 feet. She is a teenager, pretty cute, big, beautiful brown eyes, red hair pulled up in little buns. She's wearing a red coat, pink scarf, and a yellow shirt. She's got boots that are probably a little too big for her. She's got a lute on her back and a sickle hung on her belt that you can barely see underneath her jacket. That's the word. And she is just humming along as she is dropped off by her elder sibling.
Okay, the elder sibling is Piccadilly, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, Piccadilly walks up here to Bean. Okay, Bean, I really hope that while you're here, you bake something even half as sweet as you. I hope you have a good time, and thank you for everything that you've done so far. I really think that we're in a better place because of you.
Oh, Piccadilly, you're so nice. I'm gonna do my best out there. It's gonna be so much fun, and I'm gonna bring something really nice back for everybody, okay?
Wonderful. Use your sickle for good, okay? I love you. I'll see you soon.
I love you too, Mom.
Piccadilly exits as well as Poppy. Coming into the plane next to the gingerbread gate next is a dragonborn that might not know which way is up. He is too short for his own good. Top bottom, right, Chris?
It's bottom top.
Okay.
Wolf. It's nice to meet you all. So you see a wolf's maybe like 3.5 feet tall. He's a black-skinned dragonborn. He's wearing sort of a baggy coat. It's kind of a like it would be. It's a duster on him. It'd be a normal coat on somebody that was taller, but it's kind of a duster length on him. So, and I'm here because Mom made me come.
Okay. Your mom doesn't have a name. I just have Wolf's mom written down. So, okay, Wolf. It looks like you're not gonna be a wizard like your father. But I think that we're good putting you here for the summer. Okay, you're not gonna get in that nasty thieves guild that you had talked about before. Okay.
Don't talk about the other kids like that, Mom.
I know, Wolf, but you're a good boy. I know you're a good boy. Your father knows you're a good boy. We're in a good place here, okay? I'll see you at the end of the summer.
Okay, I love you.
Okay, I love you too. And she'll exit with with everyone else. Next on the icing covered wonderland is Jake's Muffin. Jake, are you and or Dill seriously covered in table salt?
No. I don't know how I don't do that Brooklyn accent right after you did it too. That's no. Dill is a teenager that wears a chain in his pants and he cut off the sleeves on his sweatshirt in order to appear more grungy. He's brought in by his parole officer and dropped off. He's a young human teenager, fresh out of trouble.
Fresh out of trouble. Got it. Okay, so would-be parole officer gives you a big ol' slap on the back as she's currently carrying the large sack of salt that you did try to steal. Okay, if you survive, we will free up your bill for this one this time, but I do not think you will be making it out alive. Good luck, Summer. Good luck. And she'll go ahead and leave with everybody else too. She doesn't really want to hear what you have to say after that. I'd imagine last, as the only single too cool to be dropped off on this plane, he signed his own slip, ladies and gentlemen. He walked himself here, would you believe it, without the use of a life alert. We will help him if he has fallen. Gramps. Matt, would you kindly describe your muffin?
You see walking up an old dwarf. He's got gray with a little bit speckled black hair pulled back into a ponytail, a grizzled beard that comes down a good ways, dressed in chainmail. Every now and then he has a pince nez that when nobody's looking he'll put on whenever he has to read something, but then he'll quickly hide it because he doesn't want to have to actually let anybody know that he needs glasses to read. He's covered in boots, and then he carries a war hammer. He's a retired soldier, just kind of your run-of-the-mill infantryman. Was never super high promoted or anything like that. He just walks around with his war hammer, using it like a mace, like a cane every now and then. And he just kind of looks around. He's like, well, I guess this gives me something to do now that I've left the army. Didn't really have a family of my own, so I can maybe help whip these kids into shape too. That's kind of how I'm feeling.
And then out from behind the other side of the gingerbread gate that has yet to be opened to reveal the rest of the plane does step Maple Amaso. 6'3", Bard-barian. She, for some reason, has some sort of a guitar on her back instead of her usual great axe you're used to in Umbrenthal. And she will, seeing that Gramps does not have anyone, give him a big old pat on the shoulder. She's actually holding a clipboard, so she's kind of looking over it like, oh, okay, Bud, I knew I could see you were going to be anything but a stick in the mud, so I'm so happy to see you here this summer. You were first on my list, so who else do I have here? It looks like Wolf. Wolf, hello, I'm Maple. Nice to meet you.
Hi,
Your
Maple.
mother says I'm supposed to keep a very good eye on you.
She worries too much.
Okay, sure she does. Fluff, are you here?
Present.
Okay, you're even cuter in person. That's amazing. Okay. Bean, what about you?
Well, I'm here. Hi.
Hi, Bean. You precious thing. Dill.
Yeah, I'm here. What about it?
Just so you know, I do not think that you are as bad as everyone else does, but I'm going to keep my salt to myself, so thank you for that. Anyway, I did bring you guys a little bit of a welcoming gift to the plane. You know, we're here at the Baker's Dozen this summer, and you guys could have chosen so many planes to be at, and I am so glad that you chose this one here with me. You know, I came out of retirement for a reason. I really think that everybody deserves a good summer, so I'm gonna try my absolute bestest to do that for you today, okay? And she pulls a little cart around, and she has a tray of 5 muffins. So she offers you all one, and there's a red one for Wolf, a blue one for Fluff, a yellow one for Dill, a obviously brown one for Gramps, and a hot pink, like cherry colored one for Bean. So do you accept?
Of course.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
I need to be regular.
These are special muffins, you know, so if you try them, they're gonna taste like whatever you want them to.
Is this what we're doing today? Baking muffins?
You know, I really wish these are definitely my specialty, but today we're actually baking sticky buns, according to the judges. I wish I had more control. I do apologize.
Sticky buns really appropriate for children.
More appropriate than you might think there, Gramps. Yes, Bean. Hello?
So what if I wanted to taste like something I've never tasted before? Would it still taste like that so that I can know like what it tastes like?
I would imagine so. I mean, I just followed the recipe and that's what it told me that it would do.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Are you all actively taking bites of your muffins?
Absolutely.
Can everybody please give me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh.
Oh,
Hey,
fuck
just-
yes.
Just so you know, didn't choose to be here.
Oh,
I am very aware there, bud. Okay, so what did we all get?
I
got
got
a
a
2.
17.
Yeah, 17's more than a 2.
I got a 5.
Okay.
I've eaten worse than this in the army. I got 22.
Okay, so I have Gramps that beat it, and then what did you get, Jake?
10.
Okay, Jake just beat it. Darn it. What'd you get, Steph?
17.
Steph, awesome. Yeah, okay. And well, okay, this is more fun than I thought it would be. So we just have Wolf and Bean, both with under 10. You guys, both accidentally chip at least one of your front teeth on a ring that is inside of the muffin that you just ate. Everyone has one, but Fluff, Dill, and Gramps, you guys all notice before you bite into this ring. It's a mood ring that Maple has lovingly baked into each and every muffin. They are all the corresponding colors of the muffins you just ate. Oh, but I am so sorry, Wolf and Bean. You know, I probably should have read the recipe. I meant to put them on top. They probably look a little bit underbaked because I did underbake them, and they probably just...
I think you should let people know before they bite into stuff that has stuff in it.
Is this a tracking device? Is that what you're doing here?
No, bud. It's just a little bit of a totem for everybody to know that you're on my team. You know, I haven't done this in a while, so it seemed like a good idea at the time. I'm regretting it now, though.
It's
You know,
all right, Maple.
It hurt, but it's fine. It's fine. It tastes really good, other than the blood. But like, it's fine.
At some point, they're not going to have any teeth like us and Gramps anyway, so...
Kids gotta learn somehow. They gotta learn tough.
Oh man.
Not
Okay.
eating your poison muffin.
Is everybody just like putting on their ring? Nobody's.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
After I get over the pain of chipping a tooth, absolutely putting it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gramps goes through and is like, okay, doesn't fit, and then finally gets a pinky ring. And he's like, I look like some kind of criminal now.
I will say, because Gramps is being so careful to take his ring on and off of his fingers so often, Gramps, give me a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Dill is tried to sneakily toss his in the bushes nearby.
That's an 8.
That's an 8. Okay, well, even with an 8, you can rub away a little bit of the crummage that's on the inside of the ring because it was inside of some batter. And yours says me on the inside.
Well,
some great in there.
There seems like there's something written inside, or else this ring really identifies with itself.
Fluff will take her ring out of her like little trinket pouch that she's like added it to with like coins and baubles and other things, and take hers out and look at it now that Gramps is looking at his.
Bean will also take hers off and look at it.
Wolf is going to look at his, but he also is very much eyeing Fluff's pouch.
Wonderful. Okay, Dill, are you looking at your ring as well?
No. I threw it in the
Threw
bushes.
it in the bushes subtly.
Interesting. Okay.
Is that a problem?
No. So I will say, Fluff, yours says must. Bean, yours says you. And Gramps, who did I not say?
Chris.
Oh, Chris. Chris, yours says if.
Okay.
I guess we'll never know what the hidden message is.
Gramps goes over and picks up Dill's ring and looks on the inside, and then just looks at him and just gets an urge to just hit him upside the head, but resist it so far.
That's how the government gets you right there.
Dill,
Wrong.
Gramps, Dill says use.
If you must use me.
Cryptic and creepy.
Are we like a team now? Is that what this is all about?
You know what? You guys are just gonna have to wait a little later. Yes, Bean.
What does that mean?
Just a little message from me to you. It's not really important at the current moment. But before you can all ask Maple too much anyway, you guys definitely hear a sound of a bell coming from the inside of the gate. So now, like to describe the gingerbread gates opening wide. You guys were currently sitting out there. All of your respective parties have dropped you off in this plane. The Baker's Dozen in Somerset. Kind of like a Hawaii group of islands planes. You guys can kind of spend the whole summer here and do a different thing at every plane. So yeah, you guys would all know this is the start of the event, the bell ringing. So are you guys ready to go through the gate, or do you have anything else you would like to do?
I'm ready.
Okay. Everybody also take a point of DM inspiration, just a present from me, because I love you dearly, and that's one free roll for everybody. So I do not want anyone to fail. Now to describe the scene ahead. Okay. Welcome to the Great British Ripoff. I'm just kidding. As you all look into this plane, it appears much smaller than you might think. Much like a small town in a snow globe, in fact. Split right down the middle by a cobblestone path of what appears to be squishy chocolate chip cookies hung on the sides with small mini coal oven lamps burning along as you guys walk down to get to the bell. On the right side of the cobblestone path, there's a giant white tent. It is so large that the tiny rainbow flag on top almost touches what you can only see and describe as a sky ceiling. As nothing holds down this tent either, it's kind of floating a little bit, a couple inches off the ground. So that's definitely a little bit strange. The tent is silent but welcoming. It exudes the same energy as a tall wedding cake that's on a rolling cart a tad too close to a toddler that is also the flower girl. The other side of this mini plane, however, is teeming with the life of an after party in full effect. It's almost like a carnival of sorts. So as everybody's walking, Maple kind of puts her cart away and rushes to catch up with everyone who is very quickly rushing down these squishy chocolate chip cookies. Oh, okay, bud. So I see everyone does have some patches already. I'm glad everybody's gotten their practice because this one's a doozy. I'll tell you what. But I guess this summer, I would really like to know, just for myself, does anybody have a favorite patch that they've earned so far? I haven't personally made it to the rest of the mini planes, but I think it would be a good idea for me to kind of know what I'm getting myself into if I'm going anywhere. So would anybody like to share?
Ooh.
Bean, absolutely, bud. You go ahead and go first.
Thanks. So, my favorite badge that I got is my Bugling Badge, but not because I enjoy bugling, which I do. I'm a bard. I love music. And I mean, I don't know if it's really music, but you know what I mean. Anyways, so when I was going through the list of badges that I could get, I misread it as burgling. So I already got my troop together and made this whole plan to go and burgle this rich person that lived near our camp. And it went over great. We kind of Robin Hooded it and split the money among some of the camp, and it was fun. Turned out it was not burgling, but bugling. So when I found that out, I just whipped out my bugle because I always have one on me. And I got the badge anyways. But it was more the journey, and I thought it was a lot of fun.
That is a absolutely simple mistake, Bean. I would expect nothing less from you, bud, but I am very proud that you figured it out regardless. Anybody else have something they would like to share?
Well, I earned my art badge. I like that one a lot. I got really good at, how if you see somebody's name and you want to copy it, I got really good at practicing that. So yeah, I liked learning that. That was a lot of fun.
Did you do it with your own name, bud, or were we practicing other folks' names?
Oh, I would find all kinds of folks' names. Anything where somebody had signed it, I would practice just to get good at it.
Interesting, bud. I think I know what your mom meant by keeping an eye on you. So that's very interesting. Well, thank you. What about you, Fluff? You look like you have something to say.
Well, I've gotten so many badges, Maple, and I've heard that you're like one of the best leaders, so I'm really hoping you can help me with this missing hole in this,
and she looks through her 5 different sashes that are full of badges and finds the one that's missing a spot for this bake-off patch.
so I can, finish this one. Well, my favorite patch so far has been my chemistry patch. I've learned a lot. Chemicals doing things with each other. Methane's a real interesting one.
Okay there, Fluff. I'm not sure I want to ask what led you to come to that conclusion. This is some troop bonding, gotta say. Dill, what about you, bud? You look a little quiet.
Only patch I've got is Prisoner of the Month.
Okay,
You want to talk about it?
I'm so sorry to go and put you on the spot there, bud. I regret asking, but I'm glad that you were excited to share. So thank you so much, Dill. Once again, it is nice to meet you. I'm gonna get through to you at some point. Okay, Gramps, you're the last one up, bud.
Well, my badge was just on stoicism. But maybe I could get one on child rearing. But that might be something I have to see if I can do. But,
Okay. Yeah. I'm hoping that these children are willing to participate whenever you have planned.
They will be.
Okay, duly noted. Moving on. So Maple just kind of does one of these to herself, okay, these are an interesting group of folks here. Okay, so Wolf, Fluff, Bean, Gramps, and Dill, at what looks like a carnival, you guys have arrived to the left-hand side of this cobblestone path, and you all look in awe at tables full of all kinds of foods. We got sweet, we got salty, we got bad and good choices, all laid out on display. There are several tables laid out as far as you guys can see, 12 in total. You can tell just based on the like the invoice, like welcome troops. You guys can count that there are 12 troops listed. But you guys do see a table right on the end, right next to the troop listing that does say Maple's Mini Muffins on it. You guys have a table on the end with a basket in the middle, complete with an oven. You guys have some spoons, bowls, just general cooking supplies on there. But you can't just tell by looking at it that the oven is magical, so you won't need to set any timers or anything. It'll just bake everything for you. Just a little bit of a home field advantage being in this plane. Though you can't see who occupies all of the tables for the most part, you can absolutely tell that the two closest to you, so 2 rows, 6 on each side, you guys are going to be on the left-hand side with 1 to your left and the 1 across from you. So I'll go ahead and describe those 2 teams, because 12 teams is an awful lot of teams for me to have come up with. So the one across from you is named Milf and Cookies. A bunch of aggravated looking soccer moms who clearly have both one mission and somewhere else to be at the same time. The front runner, definitely a Karen. They all have kind of the same name. We got Brandy, Candy, Brie, Absinthe, and Anise. And they're all just kind of glaring at you. They don't have anything to say. They're just very concerned that all of these children are here because they clearly came to like slit throats. And they're all kind of working in unison. So all 5 of them are wiping with a wipe a table that has clearly already been wiped, just not well enough because it wasn't by them. They're all putting on the same exact. All of them are putting on Candy's monogrammed apron. Just all of them they're in freaky unison. And one of them just laughs in your general direction.
Fluff is gonna like subtly move behind Gramps and cast minor illusion to make some type of like fire look like it's starting on their table.
God.
Okay, they're freaking out. Oh boy,
As that happens, Wolf is going to run over and start pretending to pat the table out and go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know what happened there. Here, let me help you. And as he is doing that, whoever is closest to him, he's going to go, "Oh my God, you got some on your pants, and start doing this and attempt to pickpocket whatever he can.
I love this guy. Also, Sarah, how dare you make a group called MILF and Cookies and make them all Karens? How dare
you are so welcome. Mirage, I look out for you
Fuck
everywhere.
you. Karens,
Don't worry,
really?
Raj, we're gonna beat them.
Got my hopes up.
All right, moving on. Wolf, give me a stealth check.
Okay.
And a performance check, you asshole. What was
Okay.
that?
Well, I only got 11 for a sleight of hand, and then performance. Should roll any second here. Not great. 20, I guess, actually good.
Okay, I will take the average of the two. So we're averaging what, like a 15 and a half?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, that'll work. Okay, this is gonna be interesting for me. So you know how a pair of jeans, when you take it out, there's just like a bunch of like blue lint, you know, that stuff that really gets built up in the dryer. You outturn a blue jeans pocket, lint, like an obscene amount of lint comes out, and a bunch of just like nuts and bolts with it. Like none of them really match anything, but they're not rusted. They're like brand new.
Okay. I'm just going to very carefully pocket them and okay, I think you're all right. I think you're okay.
Okay. So Annis, stopping in her tracks, will go, "Oh, you sweet boy. That was so nice of you. You know,
I hear scouts are supposed to be helpful."
right. If I wasn't here to absolutely annihilate everybody else, I would say that I would love to have you on my team.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. I don't know how else to say this, but do that again, and I will absolutely let you have it. And she'll go ahead.
What do you have?
She does not answer you. She is very busy cleaning off with an obscene amount of Lysol wipes. Lysol exists in this universe. Don't come after me.
Canon.
Yep. And then the table across from you guys, I have aptly named 4 kids and a raccoon in trench coat. The raccoon is the one on top. So he looks over at you, Wolf, being the only other like monstrous person. He goes,
Hi.
And then as soon as you address him promptly, he'll kind of like pat the side of the trench coat and prompt these 4 children that are underneath to kind of straighten themselves up like a car dealership guy. You know what I mean? Okay. And the raccoon's just, he's very, very content. Obviously, these boys underneath are taking complete advantage of him. You know, he's kind of just doing his thing. And, you know, raccoon noises. So, yeah, he flows his arms a little bit, and none of the other tables are really interested in what any of you guys have to say after seeing the shenanigans that have just ensued.
After seeing our neighbors, Fluff is going to lean over to Gramps and be like, point over gently towards like the Muffin cookies group and be like, you know what's going on over there, right? We got to keep a close eye on them.
I figure I can just leer at them.
All right.
That might distract them.
Maple, so you guys are right next to each other. Maple kind of does one of these, oh, okay, what are they up to? I'm curious. You know, I'm not as storied as you, Fluff. I'd really like to be included.
Oh, I thought that was an eclipse.
Oh, we're just, I'm just very competitive, that's all.
Interesting. Okay, would you be willing to say Scout's honor on that? Because I'm just not really sure that I believe you.
Scout's honor?
Perfect. Okay. Does anybody else have anything they need to do before the baking event starts itself? The bells have stopped ringing. Your competitors are starting to calm down. The Karens are all in a line with their arms behind their backs, kind of in military form, and the raccoon is trying very hard to stay in balance.
You're just going to see Gramps kind of like try to shake out all the rheumatiz that in various joints and things just to make sure he didn't realize that kind of nimble dexterity might be needed.
Amazing.
Dill is gonna go over to Wolf and kind of look around. Hey, what'd you get?
What's up?
What'd you get?
Bolts and nuts? Who carries? I mean, you can't even eat them. I don't.
You didn't get her wallet?
She didn't have one on her.
Bean pops up next to them and is just like, they look kind of rich, so like I totally condone that, but like you really only got nuts and bolts? This is kind of weird.
I don't know what they're doing. I wouldn't imagine that that's all I would have gotten either, but maybe she had it in her other pocket.
Well, hey, you tell me next time you want to do that and I'll help you out, okay?
All right.
So it's some kind of soccer mom mechanic group?
I guess. I mean, I didn't think that a Prius needed that much work, but...
You don't seem kind of like working class to me, but like, I don't know.
Look at those jeans. That's not working class.
No.
Jordache.
Those are tailored.
Those tears are like made, you know? Like...
Yeah, somebody put those there. That's not from labor.
They seem like the types to start an argument and then start recording it on their cell phones.
Question. Okay. Is anyone checking out the Karens?
I think we are probably all staring at them as we are gossiping.
Interesting. Okay. Bean, give me an insight check.
Cool.
I imagine that Fluff and Gramps are probably gossiping about these 3 youngsters behind them as they're gossiping towards the Karens.
They deserve it.
1 better than last time, which means I rolled a 3. for a total of 5.
They are very hot. And they
Listen.
look like quintuplets.
Oh geez. She's a teenager. She's still figuring this stuff out. So she's just like, I'm pretty confused looking at them.
What were you gonna say, Dill?
Just gonna say, one time I had a soccer mom pick me up from the pound. You know, she couldn't wait to see me. Just saying.
Did she like pick you up, or like pick you up? Because that's kind of like predatory.
What's the difference? I don't understand what you're saying.
You know, never mind. It's okay.
Maple will lean down and tell Dill, Dill, you guys are all in a very convenient size to be scooped. So it's the difference between being scooped and being scooped, you know? So you're too young. Anyway, moving on. The event is starting. There's one of the judges. So anyway, the first judge will hop up. There's a podium kind of centered in the middle of the 2 middle on the 6 on each side tables. There are 2 tables, one facing one way and one facing the other way, and they're kind of on a little turntable. So it's turning a little bit so that the judge can address everybody at once. But it's clear there could be 2 people up there if there wanted to be. So anyway, there's a judge of the competition that steps up on this small little podium. His head does not quite reach over the top, but you can see his pointy, judgmental ass hat does. So he clears his throat. Welcome to the 111th annual Sticky Bun Baking Bash, everybody. I'm Flay Robinson, director of this contest. Whoever can produce the most appetizing creation by using the ingredients in their basket at their station will get to join me in the big white tent later, provided they also win the second competition, judged by my other friend. So, does it look inviting? It all looked very interesting, doesn't it? I bet you're all very excited to be here. You will all have exactly 1 hour to bake your concoctions. You will all have the same ingredients. I require you all to have one team captain other than your scout leader, although they might be absolutely wonderful. And Mabel goes, oh yeah, but I am so good. You know, I got, oh, I can't be me? Oh, okay, that's fine. Continue. I will need everybody to present your baked good to me upon completion when you bring it to the judges table. Good luck! And he'll hop down, because it's kind of a big jump for him. And he disappears into the crowd. As the crowd cheers, you guys realize now that there is a spectating section. So, no pressure. And a timer presents itself in the sky above the stations, kind of like a digital clock. So it starts counting down from an hour, and your basket on the station in front of you opens. As you peer down into it, I actually need player participation on this one. So, can everyone give me an ingredient? So, I want you to type in Zoom chat. Everybody give me a dessert ingredient. It can be a fruit, ice cream topping, etc. You can all assume, Jake, that you have flour, sugar, salt, etc. for baking sticky buns. But any other food you want to put in is fair game. I knew you were gonna do it. And then I will read them aloud, and I will write them down here. All right, so what do we got?
I wanted to go like not even edible, but I feel like that's me.
I know. My immediate thought was Funyuns, and I'm like,
yeah.
And you guys look into your basket, and these things are kind of appearing along with a block of cream cheese. So the cream cheese is what I request that you guys are using. So we also have heavy cream, walnuts. So I'm just gonna say who listed these. We got heavy cream from Wolf. We have walnuts from Fluff. We have pickle from Dill. All right, F you, dude. We have honey from Gramps. That's super sweet. I love you for that. Who am I missing? Mirage, did you put one in yet?
Kiwi.
Interesting. All right, so now we get to figure out how much you guys fucked yourselves. So
Or just garnish it with a kiwi.
I am going to offer this before we begin this task of sorts, okay? So you guys are allowed, and it doesn't have to be these things, these are just what I look through your character sheets. I will accept sacrifices for changing ingredients. So you can sacrifice a spell slot, a luck point, 5 hit points, or bribe me with anything else that you think that I would want from you before combat. So if you guys don't want to deal with cream cheese, heavy cream, walnuts, pickle, honey, and or kiwi, and you guys would like to, as a team, pick something else, I am taking bribes.
Everybody, I actually think we've got a pretty good set of ingredients here to make like a fun sweet cheesecake with kind of a sour garnish on it with the pickle. It would actually be pretty good.
You know, I think you're actually kind of right. So, like, my sibling works at this tavern collective, and, like, I've seen him do some really artsy stuff there. And they...
Artsy fartsy. Just pour some honey on it.
Yeah, you get it. You see, they don't actually, like, always eat it. Like, I mean, they do because, like, but, like, kind of separately. You pull it off and then you eat it because it's kind of, I don't know. I don't really get it. It's not my, I'm an artist, but I don't do the food art. I do the, don't ask why I'm here. I'm here for the badge, but.
Are any of you good at cooking?
My sibling is.
I have to feed Mom a lot, so I mean, I'm okay.
All right.
We just used to throw it in a pot or in a helmet and put it over a fire.
Oh dear.
We don't have a pot.
We used to do that back in the day, but
Right.
like ever since I got us off the street and we got into the tavern, then that's when my sibling really got into cooking, you know, and that's why they're all artsy now.
So I will say, you guys are allowed to, out of your 6 skills, because everybody is probably proficient in something better than everybody else, you know, fighters have strength. I would argue that in making sticky buns, you need someone with a little bit of muscle to formulate the dough. You need somebody with art prowess, you know, to make it look pretty. You need somebody who knows that things taste good, Gramps. And maybe, I mean, other than Bran, I don't know what I'm talking about. So use your best skill to make whatever, to make the check for this, okay? And then I will also say, you guys have to describe to me what you are doing. All I require is that it is in the shape of a sticky bun. That is the only rule in this competition. They are very loose here. It's the dessert plane. So I just need a name of your dessert and what you are making, and then one of you guys gets to present at the end, I've decided. So choose your fighter.
Choose your character.
Once again, just for the
Well-
audience, we have cream cheese, heavy cream, walnuts, pickles, honey, and kiwi.
Well,
I was thinking of like sticking all of these in one of those websites where it's like put the ingredients in and we'll list all of the recipes you can make out of it, but the
Right.
pickle really just threw me.
Cheater.
I'd say Bean or Wolf. You seem to have a good handle on it. Why don't one of y'all be
Why-
the presenter?
I think maybe Fluff should be the presenter. I mean, she's earned all those other badges. She'd probably be the best person to go up and talk for us all. She knows so much.
Oh,
That is true.
That's very kind of you, Wolf. However, I'm not very good at baking.
And Fluff is going to like look at the ground and like kind of just like move her toes.
No.
That's okay. You don't have to do the baking part. We can take care of the baking. Why are you here? But you don't have to like you can just present it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm here because it's a missing patch. I really want the last patch.
Yeah,
Okay.
you should do the talking. Dill, did you guys make anything on the inside?
Do we make anything on it? I'll tell you what we make on the inside. Pound cake.
All right, well, I think we gotta do sticky buns, but I mean, we can probably work on that next.
Yeah, all right.
Amazing.
All right.
So
I
are
did it
all
for myself.
using the same ingredients that we are using?
The what?
Are the other teams all using the same ingredients that we've supplied?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This was just purely for fun. I thought it would be nice for you guys to choose them for me.
Do we actually want to swap out the pickle? Do we want to not fuck ourselves over? Because I'm okay doing that.
Bribes.
I can throw in a spell slot unless we want to like try and be fun. But otherwise, I'm willing to sacrifice a spell slot for that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm game either way.
Yeah, I mean, whatever you guys want, whatever everybody wants to do, I'm fine with. Chris looks at this list and goes, "Oh, I could have fun actually making something with this." So,
Oh, absolutely. I do have a question. Is it just like a regular pickle, or is it like a pickled something else? Because that could change. Just okay.
It's a pickle.
I was gonna say dealer's choice on that one, Jake. Okay. So you guys are kind of going to town. You can see that Raccoon Central is really struggling right now. There aren't any trash cans around, so they had no idea what to choose. Karen Castle, I tried to be alliteration. They're doing a little bit too well. They're all doing exactly one thing, and they're doing that one thing exquisitely. I didn't think they could look hotter, but they do. So, I will say this too. You are not sacrificing a spell slot, Beep?
I'll leave it up to the team.
Well,
I will sacrifice it if we want to.
I have a question, Maple, camp leader. Are we not allowed to help the team by unhelping another team? What are the rules?
Well, bud, I am all for fairness. But I'm gonna go ahead and say, I think that the powers that be, would definitely say that it's okay if you guys wanted to use that same, sacrificing method. All that I will ask of you is a, from Sarah, stealth check, to completely try and compromise someone else. That's fine with me. That's really fine with me, actually. You've awakened the beast. Thank you. So yeah, if you would like to sabotage, the only thing I will say is you will run the risk of them knowing and then them getting the advantage of being able to sabotage you.
Right.
So whoever's making the stealth check, I would advise to make it well.
Bean is going to go and pat Fluff and just be like, I think they might be robots, so you should use like lightning or water, I think.
That sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna sabotage the people? Not the Is that what we're doing?
Well,
Oh,
I
did you
don't
hear
know.
that? I'm sorry.
What are the boundaries? Anything goes?
is this
Alright,
like a battle royale cooking competition, or?
I just assumed that's what it was.
Dill is gonna go over to the MILFs,
Oh, there he goes.
Bye.
and he's gonna
And
he's
cougar
gonna say-
hunting, huh?
Oh my god.
He's just gonna unannounced just walk over and just give him an up nod and say, "Really appreciate your daughters writing me in the pound."
The most sultry one, I will say Brandy, for obvious reasons. Oh, sweetheart, that was you? We were hearing about you for weeks. And she'll just immediately go back to using her rolling pin. She'll shoo you away.
Behind Gramps, Fluff is going to again cast a spell so that it's not really seen by others. And she's gonna take her little gnome hands and spin them around and cast message and kind of try to point it towards the announcer wherever she thinks he might be in the crowd. It has a range of 30 feet, so she's just guessing. And she's gonna nudge Gramps in the side and be like, so that he knows that she's not talking to him, and be like,
Not to intrude or anything, but I found that Fixident holds a lot better than whatever you're using. I don't mean to, be, rude or anything, but just it's a helpful tip.
Give me an investigation check to see if this hits this guy.
We're doing great.
11.
I will say it hits the guy next to him, and and this old man, who is the other judge, will go ahead and say, I hate to tell you this, but I think someone's trying to insult you and just doing a bad job. And Flay is just like, what? All right, I'm sorry. What about Fixident? What is Fixident? And just, I'm very confused and I'm upset about it. And he's just like hanging his head like he doesn't know raccoon noises. Okay, back to square one. What have we created, team?
Is this like a skill challenge where we need to like roll a skill or ability? Oh, we lost Matt.
Oh, we lost Matt. I'm sorry, Matt.
I'm gonna say probably we should probably just stick to sticky bun unless anybody else wants to do anything super crazy, like maybe a Swiss roll in the shape of a sticky bun.
I will say, as long as you guys don't want to do anything crazy or go against what the direct rules of the competition state, which is either going to be really good for you or really bad for you, depending on your ability checks. Wisdom, intelligence, strength, constitution, dex, whatever is your best skill, just roll me a straight check. I don't want, any of the sub checks.
That Bean should lead this. Clearly,
I
has an
agree.
artist's flair. Look at
She jumps on one of the tables.
Much more fashion than I have.
Oh, you. Can Bean spend the first 10 minutes of their baking giving an inspiring speech to give everybody 9 temporary HP, because we're definitely going to be using temp HP.
Yes, I
in this baking
this
competition
speech. Yes.
All right, guys.
What she would do. But yes, we can roll.
I was gonna say just
question.
I'll.
Oh no.
Strength check is good, right?
Yeah, whatever your highest one is, bud.
17 for Dill.
23. Hold on.
22 for. Sorry.
All right.
Oh,
17, 22. What else we got?
22.
I don't know what to use as a skill for this.
Your highest one.
No.
I'll roll Constitution. If anything is particularly stinky or unpleasant, I'll cut it or do that.
Maple will kind of lean over to Gramps. But we're rolling whatever your highest skill check is. So if that's strength for you or whatever it is, just those top skills.
Gramps rolled a natural 1 for a total of 4.
All right.
Fluff rolled a 9.
9. Okay.
Apparently my dice are as unstable as my internet connection was there for a
You
bit.
really need to upgrade. Don't you know how to do that? All of the kids are doing it these days, Gramps.
You got
Seriously.
the basic package, huh?
Yeah.
Let me just call my granddaughter. She can help you.
All right. Well, unless I am super
I thought you
bad
said
at
you had fiber.
Maple is trying to scribble down on her notebook. She's got her invoice pad. Okay, so carry the one. Okay, so it looks like we're actually doing pretty good here, buds. Your recipe looks pretty sound. Okay, I'm just gonna be your cheerleader here for the next couple minutes. And then as the DM, I will say you guys got an average of 16.7. So that's a pretty darn good sticky bun. That's solid. Good job, everybody. Okay, so who is my presenter?
Oh.
I think
Someone has to explain it to me a little bit, or else I'm just gonna guess. But you can let me guess too. That's totally okay.
If anybody wants to claim that they did a certain part of it using their ingredient or any of the ingredients, I just go ahead and do that. Maybe will that help you, Fluff?
Yeah, I can just make it up unless anybody has anything like flavor wise they really want to add.
Fucking
so,
go for it.
Go for it.
just guess.
Go
I
dog,
believe
go.
in you.
All right.
Where do I bring it? Or
So-
announce it?
So you see the little spinning turntable podium area sinks into the ground and is replaced by a small table. As everybody, all the rest of the troops and the scouts finish up their concoctions, they are bringing them up to the table and putting them beside their name. So if you want to go ahead and do that and your designated representative just stand by the table, the judge will come around and judge you accordingly.
Question. Does it look like they have to persuade the judge? Is there going to be some sort of charisma-based check by any chance?
I don't
Asking
know,
for a friend.
Mirage. Is there? Yes, I will, because you asked me nicely.
Thank you.
There is a charisma saving throw, according
Then,
Oh.
on her way up, I don't think this is going to help, but she's going to do it anyways. On Fluff's way up, Bean is going to give her a big pat on the shoulder and give a little, you can do it, you're going to do great. Remember, I have confidence and confidence. And just going to send you off with that. And you
I
are
love
going to
that
have advantage on charisma checks for the next hour. So I am
Oh.
casting enhance ability on you.
Well, thank you so much. These kids, I tell you, sometimes I feel like you don't need them, and then the next day you're like, wow, really helpful.
Just be careful when they're sweet talking you.
Oh, all right, I won't let anyone hurt our bun. I'll protect it with my life.
Fluff will toddle over to the table.
Your life is more important than an item. Don't let capitalism tell you anything different.
Okay.
Amazing. I want that on the shirt. Don't let capitalism tell you anything different. Yes.
Of course, you'll be purchasing that shirt, so it would be ironic.
There is no ethical consumption under capitalism.
Oh boy. All right. Steph, hit me with it.
You're looking at a sticky bun that has like little tiny dill pickles sticking out of it randomly. It's drizzled with honey in a really artistic way, and there's some walnut garnish around the plate. And you can only assume that the heavy cream and the kiwi are somewhere inside, I guess, because you can't see them on the outside.
Every bite's a surprise.
And Fluff is going to be protecting the buns, like very territorial, looking around everywhere, keeping an eye out for Karens or anybody who might try to come for our bun.
Okay, interesting. So Flay comes over. He can't close his mouth. Interesting. Did you all do this together?
We worked as a team. Cross-generationally, I will say, which is very impressive.
The best kind of team, I have heard. I very much like the direction you took with these ingredients. They definitely were more interesting than I'm used to.
Are you going to taste it?
Unfortunately, the other judge is doing the tasting. I am more of a visual taster, if that makes any sense. I taste with my eyes.
Sounds like she's been tasting a lot with all that saliva dropping everywhere.
Okay.
That was an aside to the rest of the team.
So yes, charisma saving throw, please, Fluff.
All right.
Was it did I have like was it it was advantage that you gave me, Mirage?
Kind
On
of
charisma checks.
Okay. That is a 16 plus 7 for a wait, what is that?
23.
23. Thank you. Math.
Wowza! I have to say, this is really, really a great effort, and I'm very glad that you all are here. All right, on to the next one. And he kind of lets lets the other gentleman come around. He's tasting, but he has nothing to say. He's just trying to make everybody feel better that their stuff is actually being genuinely consumed, and not just ogled to death. So I will say, just so you guys know, the Karens are they all came up to the table, and they're kind of all in a straight line behind each other. So there's the main one in front, and then they're all behind, and it's perfection. What else would you expect?
I'm sort of... Go ahead, Steph.
I was gonna say, I want to sneak up behind. I want to just walk past them after we're done being judged, and hopefully I can align that timing to when they're being judged. But it's totally up to you. What were you gonna say, Wolf?
When they all go up together, I'm going to sort of take a side step over and see if I can look around their table to see if there are any bags or anything else that they have left sitting there.
Give me you just need perception for that.
Okay. This is what happens when you're not used to rolling from the sheets.
Okay.
17.
Wow, 17. Okay. There is absolute shit nothing there.
Okay.
So you see
Glad that wasn't our ingredient.
I'll say even the floor, there's not a crumb on it.
Wow.
So there was
It's good
definitely
too.
something methodical about the way the way they baked today. So
Bean
you don't
leans
even
over.
remember seeing them use the oven. I'll say that.
Bean leans over to Dill and just goes, robots.
Or aliens.
Right.
Robot aliens.
I saw this on a home video once.
What's that?
What is that, Jake?
Maple, any
Robots
thoughts on
canon, VHS not. Got it. Okay.
What
Or
did you
forged.
say?
Just saying.
I wanted to just check and ask if I can walk past the Karens on my way.
Oh, yes, you can. I'll allow it. What do you want to do?
Okay, so Fluff is gonna leave the sticky bun now that it's been I guess it's safe. Whatever it's safe to leave the sticky bun. And she's gonna walk back to the table and in a roundabout way to pass by all the Karens with their precious sticky buns. And when she's pretty sure that she can't be seen, she is going to use subtle for a sorcery aspect, to not use any verbal or somatic components to cast Stinking Cloud, and just after she leaves, it's just gonna Stinking Cloud the whole area.
Silent but deadly.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Crop dusting my way back to the table.
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Yeah, Gramps didn't need a spell slot for that.
Brand Muffin, I'll tell you.
I don't know how else to ask this. Is it translucent?
It says that it is a 20-foot sphere, so I'm hoping it's also yellow, and it's a nauseating gas. So I'm gonna have it centered right on their sticky bun, if I can.
Okay. Okay.
And
Interesting.
Now it's a stinky bun.
They're just dead, right?
it's definitely a damage dealer. I'm not afraid. It's a con save of 15.
Okay.
Fluff's been alive a long time. She knows how to fucking go.
Give me, at the risk of the judge seeing you do this and recognizing not that they saw you do it, but that something has been tampered with, give me a deception check.
Okay, do I get any type of advantage because I used subtle spell as a sorcery point, or no?
Yes.
Well, deception
I
is
am
a
saying
charisma
yes.
check, and you have advantage.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I would have said yes
You're welcome.
regardless. That's
Oh, that's a
freaking
natural
beautiful.
20.
Okay.
Yay.
Woo. Even more interesting then. With an unnatural 20, I won't even make you read the room at all. The Karens do not react to this, but their sticky bun kind of wilts a little bit, if that's possible. The sticky bun physically, from the heat of the methane, from something, their perfectly coddled cream on the top, just mush. And so Flay walks up to it. Hello. Was this on purpose? And just kind of, looking at it like, I'm not sure you're gonna wanna try this one there, bud. Like kind of looking to the other judge, and the other judge he's nodding. But unfortunately, looking down the rest of the table, I will tell you, Raccoon Team 6 or Raccoon Team 5 has created somewhat of a masterpiece. You might have annihilated the wrong team there, Fluff. Without the use of trash, Mr. Raccoon has somehow gotten his hands on a KitchenAid mixer, dehydrated this pickle, rehydrated it back into a cucumber, and done like a spiral design with it. This is very like Chopped-esque. Like the ice cream machine worked this time. So it's a work of beauty for sure. So the judge glances from the Karens to the raccoon. Oh, Mr. Trash Man, look at you. Very interesting. Love the initiative. Nothing I've ever seen before. This one. Okay. That's gonna be first place, that is. Maple's Muffins. If you guys want to like raise your hands. Second place. And then Karen's MILF and Cookies. I thought I told you to nix that name. Alright. Third place. Okay. Now on to the next event. So now, you guys have all been judged. The rest of the teams, no one stood out. Even you guys looking. Stuff was wilted before getting hit with a fart. Stuff was melted without being breathed on by fire. People are here for a patch because it's the last time, not because they're good at what they're doing. And that's very apparent. So now, all of the tables except for those three, they just poof. They vanish. They don't sink into the floor. It's almost like they were an illusion.
What about the people? Are the people still there?
The people in the stands are, yes.
What about the other teams? Do you mean the tables themselves or the tables of people?
The tables themselves.
Okay, just checking.
Mm-hmm. All of the people that did not make the cut are they're just making their way over towards the tent because that's the way out. They're just trying to make their way up the cobblestone cookie path and back out through the gates. They're all hanging their heads. There's nothing else for them here, except for round 2. So I hope no one hates me for doing this, but I took a look at what everybody had in their pockets, and it seems like not a lot of you have anything to cook with. So this next one, I hate to say, is going to force you to give me things. So you can either give me hit points, like I said before, you can give me luck points, you could give me spell slots. I will say for this next one, who here that has spells also... You know what? Never mind. Nope, a whole spell slot. Yep.
So, I just gave everybody 9 extra HP.
You did.
We can all sacrifice some HP because that's all additional. Just saying.
Yep.
Okay. So this next one is interesting because oh, we're HP to XP. Look at us. I have a timer. So I will say, the other judge pops back up onto the podium. All of the food is kind of nowhere to be found. It kind of just disappeared with the tables. And these last 3 tables are just now in like a little triangle with the podium in the center. It looks a little bit more ridiculous now that there's just a spinning podium in the middle of 3 tables. But he's trying his best. This gentleman, Wheezy, this next one is gonna be the What's in My Bag challenge. Once again, teams, scouts, you will have 1 hour to make something purely based on what you have in your pockets. Once again, I do need a team representative from each troop to describe their dishes. And players can once again sacrifice things to me. So, am I taking 25 hit points? Is that what I am getting from you?
I'm gonna sacrifice.
Yeah.
5
Unless everyone
for
else
stealth.
has anything in their pockets
Yeah,
they
sure.
would like
Is
to
that
use.
25 for the whole team or 25 each?
25 for the whole team.
Is it another recipe?
Yes.
Okay. All I have is some jerky, some dried fruit, some hardtack, and some nuts.
Right.
I
Yeah.
have this symbol that I sometimes clink together. Ding.
I like
Oh,
that.
yes. The ingredient of sound.
Well, I usually use it with like a joke.
Dill's gonna hand over a condom that was in his wallet, and I'm gonna give you a lucky
Oh.
point.
God.
That better not have been used, kiddo.
No, it's in the wrapper.
Okay. you better hold on to that. It's better to be safe.
Oh, hold on. Bean is going to suddenly perk up like I did because I forgot. And pat down her patches and pull one off
patches.
that is hopefully helpful to our thing and toss it onto the table and hope that it summons something. She's using her robe of useful items, which has patches that turn into things.
Oh. Wow.
Okay. Describe for me exactly you throwing that on the table again.
We never decided what patches she was going to have.
Oh,
I so
have
I
them.
will. Great. Hopefully, if there's anything useful, food-wise, or anything like that, that could be any sort of.
I'm afraid all I have is some bird seed.
Okay. Mirage,
Yeah.
you now have a miniature squid launcher.
Amazing.
So feel free to use the squid ink from that, but you do have to summon a squid first. And I would not recommend shooting it against anything other than the table. Because people will take 1d4 damage from it.
She eyes the raccoon.
Okay.
I'm not about
Alright.
taking them down. We need to decide as a team. How important is winning?
It's the only thing.
I
There's
want
nothing
this
more
badge.
important.
Okay, right, we're all on the same page.
I just came here for the muffins.
And a good muffin, I'm sure it was. Oh, actually, speaking of muffins, Matt, thank you, Gramps. Give me a, just a luck check. Just a regular old 20. Just give me one of those.
Everybody, or
Just you.
I think that Bean should present the next the big good. You have a way with words. I
That is-
appreciate it.
You.
that
so
is
sweet.
that is a 19.
Wow.
Pretty lucky.
Okay.
Pretty
Cool.
lucky, yeah.
Gramps, just because you were the one standing next to Maple, Maple's gone.
Oh, good.
The sun's back.
Now we won't
What?
get in trouble.
Uh-oh.
You don't know when she left or how she left, but she's not there anymore.
Other
see any...
troop leaders still here?
Other
Good
leaders are still
question.
there. Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the other leaders are very disconnected from their troops. They don't really want to be here, but chaperones were getting paid a lot of money to be here today. A lot of gold. So
Assuming
they're just
that
kind of sitting with the spectators.
Gramps shares that with the group. Can Fluff look around and see if, like, I don't know, the Karens or the raccoons looking, I don't know, suspicious?
I mean, you don't have to roll for that. Of course they're looking suspicious. Whether or not they had anything to do with this, they look shady.
Is there any disturbance on the ground, footprints?
It's like she was never there.
A figment of our imaginations.
Oh, that's on a flash animation once.
Oh, this isn't great. Fluff is going to cast message and aim it to just a random direction
Just
and be like,
keep casting.
What?
Maple?
take out a copper watch.
Maple? Maple?
I will give you a choice. Okay? So if you are standing in the middle of the cobblestone path, it is a Y, right? So there's the tent, there is where you guys currently are, and there's the gingerbread gate, which I will give you a 1 out of 3.
To like choose which direction?
Mhm.
But it's a cantrip, so couldn't I do all 3? But I'll just go clockwise.
Okay, Steph. I thought I read your character sheets. Okay. You know what? She's nowhere. You put this thing in all 3 directions, and she is nowhere. That is a genuine, I planned this better than I thought. She is nowhere.
All right. Fluff goes back and relays that information.
So we don't have any supervision then?
I guess just Gramps and I now.
Well,
All right.
I guess I can take this off, and
No.
Dill bends over and takes off his ankle bracelet.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I thought you were going to leave. Yeah, I was like, no, you have to help us win. You can take that off.
Oh, boy.
Do you need any help getting that off? I can help. I've done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here, let me go. And she'll go and help him take that off.
Okay. I will now ask for everybody. I need somebody to roll me a D100.
Ooh.
I nominate Bean.
I second that nomination. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Who's
Opposed? The ayes have it.
Yeah.
Bean.
All right. 53.
Okay. Let me pull out my chart here. All right, so just so I know, who has things that they are contributing to this next round without sacrificing something? Gramps, did you want to use anything in your pockets?
If it's food, I do have some food I can contribute. So
Yeah,
I
I've
have
got-
ration. I
I've got
have
rations
rations,
as
so
well.
like nuts and dried hardtack or biscuits. So I can contribute that.
I can contribute birdseed or hit points. You choose.
Hit points, maybe.
Okay.
Although seeds are great, but maybe not bird seed specific.
I'll just take off 10. How's that sound?
Okay. Cool. So I have we have rations, which I am feeling like a benevolent DM. That's just a wild card. That's not going to help you or hurt you. That's just going to be like the meat of whatever you make. I will say that because you're provided sugar, you can make it sweet.
Sounds good.
So we have 2 ingredients then that we're doing for sure. What about the other 2?
Sacrificing some points.
Okay.
Since Squid Launcher, I don't know how helpful that'll be. I mean, it'll be very helpful, but I don't know how helpful it'll be baking. So I will go ahead and sacrifice.
All right,
HP.
so I have 15 HP right now.
I'll throw 5 HP into it.
Okay, that covers Dill. Dill, did you want to do anything else? Because Fluff gave
Got
10.
Still got a couple more lucky points. No? Okay.
All
All right.
Funk.
So we have four ingredients, and that D100, you guys have to pick 4 ingredients beginning with the letter P.
P. Pear.
Okay.
Oh, pears are juicy.
Petunia.
Mhm.
Petunia is a plant.
It is a
Garnish,
garnish,
garnish.
though.
Oh,
It'll look-
okay.
it'll look
Well, I'm
Persimmon.
not a good cook. Okay.
Mm.
What
Let's
about
make a-
parsnips?
Aren't those poisonous?
Peppermint.
I visited this place one time. It had this thing called peanut butter. It was pretty good.
Oh, I would really like to try that.
So we have
We should make a tart.
pear, peanut butter, peppermint.
Pistachio.
Oh, there you go. Pistachio.
Okay. All right. So, pick one thing to get rid of: pear, petunia, peppermint, peanut butter, or pistachio.
Probably petunia.
I think we can all agree with Petunia.
Pear.
Good try, Wolf. Okay, so I have no idea how you're gonna describe that one.
Question: does this still have to be a sticky bun? Is this make a sticky bun part 2?
This next one is a wild card.
Okay.
I will say.
And as far as we know, that's the end, right? It's just this is the last bit. We don't know what comes after this.
We don't know what comes.
It was pear, peanut butter, pistachio, and what was the other one?
Pear, peanut butter, peppermint.
Yeah, peppermint.
Hold
All
on, let me
right.
write this down.
And then we have the ingredients that I contributed in the rations, the biscuit. I think I can make this kind of layered pastry. I had this place, they called it baklava, but instead of that, we can do it with like peanut butter and pistachios and then like topped with slivers of pears.
I think that we should have a baking team and a sabotage team and a looking for maple team.
You are so smart. I can see why you have so many badges. Oh my goodness.
Oh, see, you are just. I wish that my daughter thought that you were. I don't know. I was as cute as you think I am.
Oh.
I feel like she's always just trying to shoo me away, telling me I smell funny.
Hey, Gramps.
Yeah, what's up, kid?
Hey, did you have that baklava after Normandy or what?
Oh, how'd you know Normandy? He was my fighting mate. We just called him Normandy because nobody could pronounce his last name. It was rather rough, but it was rough.
Was it Dicklebricker? I had a cousin named Nick Dicklebricker.
Well, the Dicklebricker.
Sounds
Dicklebricker
like
bottom
a bad
top.
villain name.
Dicklebricker bottom top.
Say that 5 times fast.
I have a question.
He wasn't a bottom top. He was on my mom's side of the family.
So you're part bottom top and part Dicklebricker.
Right.
Was that a name that Wolf would have practiced for his art badge?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Wow.
That's
So,
gotta take a long time to create a family tree with all that stitched in.
Looking at the probationary bracelet that Dill's taken off, Fluff's just gonna say,
You should probably, throw that somewhere or hide it.
Why
We
don't
should
we?
put it on one of the.
Oh.
Oh, that's a good idea. And then Dill will hand it over to
I
Dean.
Or I could go put it on one of them if you wanted me to
Well,
try.
I was thinking that
Yeah, are you
Wolf
still-
Bottom Top seems like a real troublemaker, in the making. Like he's a good kid, but he could be bad if you gave him the right things.
Well,
and Dill
I
is.
don't think he's bad. I think just the frame of badness in the eyes of society is just not quite right. You know.
All property
Like,
is theft.
See? Here, and she'll hand the cup over.
What are you guys doing?
Well, so
We're gonna put
Monsters.
We're gonna put a tracking device on one of the characters.
Uh-huh. Okay.
yeah, I would like to put Wolf and Dill in charge of Team Sabotage, and then I would like to have Bean and maybe Gramps be in charge of baking or investigating the other teams. I could help with baking, I suppose.
Yeah. Hold on.
Sounds good to me.
She's going to stare between Wolf and Dill for a minute, debating. Oh shit! It's concentration.
Well,
boo.
Bean and Fluff sounds like something that could come up.
We could also maybe send Gramps out to look for Maple, but maybe we shouldn't split the party.
Split the party. Split the party.
As soon as
As your resident babysitter, I would like to, at this time, remind everyone that you do have an extra roll of DM inspiration, because this next little thing, this heist that you guys are gonna pull off right now.
It's a reverse heist. We're planting something. We're not taking. We're giving.
All right. Okay.
DM.
This is generosity.
A wrinkle to the plan. Dill is gonna like position himself in full view of them, and then like try and flex on them, just try and intimidate them.
I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. They just kind of stare blankly at you. They're not really intimidatable.
Alien robots.
Gramps will just start preparing food.
I am going to attempt
to end concentration on enhanceability on Fluff and go ahead and cast it instead on Wolf and give you Cat's Grace, so you have advantage on all dex checks.
But does it distract them?
You're doing a fine job, sweetie.
Wow. All right. So where are
You
we
look
at?
pretty swole, Dill. Did you get that way inside?
Yeah, that's all we had time to do. Those
Yeah.
upside down push-ups.
Some of the guys in the
Pull-ups
neighborhood
on the-
talked a lot about being in the yard, so.
Yep.
Really? I mean, I had plenty of time to do other things than work out. Like, anyways,
Well,
go
then
do.
Juvie.
Of course.
This was not disclosed to me, but I suppose it's canon now.
So-
I mean,
Wolf's
I thought
gonna
it was
go
just
try and
obvious from
put
her
a-
character description.
Right. Okay.
Wolf's gonna go and try and put an ankle bracelet on one of these ladies.
All right.
Good plan.
Give me a sleight of hand, please, Wolf.
With advantage.
Yeah, that too.
I got
One of the ingredients.
2 14s. So I guess we'll go with 14.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I think you should take the 14.
That's with a +9.
Wow. Okay.
Ooh.
I
Good
will
to see Chris's DM rolls carry over to playing rolls.
Yeah, no kidding.
Okay. How are you doing this? Describe to me, because it will determine my response.
Sure. So I am going to go walking around, just sort of looking, and in my left hand, I have a piece of silver, kind of palmed, and I'm going to, as I get over by one of the Karens, I'm going to go, oh, look! And I'm going to bend down to pick the piece of silver up off the ground, and as I do that, I'm going to use my other hand to try and get this thing around her leg, and as I'm standing up, I'm going to say, ma'am, I think you dropped this, and I'm going to give her the silver.
Okay. I will say, because the DC was high for this, instead of handing her the silver, you realize, Wolf, that you are handing her, the silver is on the ground, and you are handing her what she now thinks is a bracelet. It's very pretty. She'll go ahead and take that from you and just put it on her wrist.
I hope you like it. I assume you dropped it, but have a nice day.
Okay. Sure, small one.
Too bad Maple's gone. It's evolving into all kinds of chaos.
As soon as
Bean is
Wolf-
losing her shit watching this.
as soon as
While
Wolf
she's
comes
baking, of
back,
course.
Dill
Dill.
is gonna say to Wolf, should have used the Miss. MILFs love being called Miss.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
if you call a ma'am, that makes him feel old. You gotta make him feel young. Like
Are you
Miss.
whispering this, Dill?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm whispering, DM.
Okay. Andis winks at you.
Ugh,
Okay.
fucking
So here we go. Actually, I think this is a good time for us to take our 10-minute break. I need to reset my head real quick.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But we'll be back soon, everybody. Thank you, chat, for being here through this chaos thus far and for lending me your ears. We'll be back in a
Let's
minute.
give Sarah some nuts and bolts. Get rewired.
See you in 10.
See you in 10. Hi guys, we're back. Thank you so much for being here so far. This has been a real blast for me to get to DM. So I just want to personally thank Scribe for the bits. Thank you, bud. Adore you. And thank you to everybody else for the subs and the follows that we got. It means so much to know that I got those during me being a DM. My confidence is through the roof right now. So thank you guys. Just for anybody new tuning in right now, the buds the muffins, my goodness, old habits die hard, have they have beaten the first round of the bake-off, and we are in round 2. So who has decided that they are the representative to present meal number 2 to me?
That's gonna be Bean.
Oh boy, Bean, hit it off.
All right. So Bean is gonna prance up with the plate, which today's dessert is, and I will list off our ingredients for those who forgot, namely me. Pear, peanut butter, pistachio, and peppermint. Our dessert today is like a peppermint bark, but also with a layer of peanut butter bark. I know how this works.
Rough.
Shh. There's little pistachio bits in it as well, and on top are little bits of sliced pears, just like on top. It's garnish. It looks nice and it'll taste nice too. Trust me.
All right.
Just trust me.
So the first judge is now just kind of sitting with the rest of the spectators, eagerly looking, licking his lips. Unable to eat anything, but Wheezy McCake is his full God-given name, comes over and does actually sample these last 3, starting with the Karens, who have presented. Unfortunately, this time around, it honestly looks like somebody just dumped maybe a bucket from an old garage on the table. Nobody's really sure what all of these parts are, but they're there, and it's a plate. So maybe
the Karens?
The Karens, and the first one, she looks like she's shorting out a bit. She doesn't look happy. So
They are robots.
They are.
Oh, no.
That's the nuts and bolts.
I will say also, Raccoon Team 6, Raccoon Team 5, has presented trash. It is a plate with a half-eaten turkey leg. We're talking a little bit of dirt in there. He found it somewhere, and all of the little hands underneath are like coming out, just like banging on the table, looking for anything else to salvage this meal. And you notice that all the hands inside are silver and metal. So as this is happening, the last judge is completely oblivious. He full on puts a actual nut in his mouth before realizing what it is, spits it out, takes a stab at the thing that the raccoon team made, spits it out. This is absolutely horrible. I'm not sure how we're gonna come back for this. I mean, oh goodness gracious. Gramps, you know what I'm saying here, right? You know, you understand.
Oh, I figured that this was probably some kind of punishment for you.
I am not here of my own free will. Thank you so much for noticing. I can go home and cry about it now. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you and me both.
Here, we'll get you the go box.
All right, well,
Can I get
I
a
have
box?
to say, what you guys have all made is definitely the best option of the 3, so congratulations. You're going to the white tent. And the crowd goes wild.
The white tent sounds like a fancy place.
Live studio audience, there are hands in the air, there's confetti. people that already have patches that are less desirable patches are being thrown in the air. This is a real accomplishment for you guys.
The
Yes,
people are being
yes.
thrown in the air, or the patches are being thrown in the air?
Patches are being thrown in
Just
the air.
wanted to make
But
sure
I'm
I
just
understood where we were at.
there are a couple small children that have asked for uppies and are being sprung by their fathers.
Uppies?
Uppies.
Yeah, you know, uppies.
Yeah.
Not the kind you got.
Well-
Not the time you got in reform school.
So yeah, if you guys just want to make your way on over there to the white tent, I'm not gonna lie to you. I apologize for us misplacing your troop leader.
Yeah, we
Oh.
wanted to ask actually, have you seen her?
I have not.
He's
to be
kind of
honest-
big to be misplaced.
Is this
Yeah.
bitch lying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Are they lying?
Otherwise known as an insight check. Is this bitch
Yeah.
lying?
Can I vibe check this person?
Yeah. What is everybody's passive insight?
13.
13.
Whopping 12.
Okay.
11.
All right. Even with that, you guys know that this guy is just losing it. He's just old. So he probably doesn't know what he had for breakfast this morning, much
That
less
is
where...
age discrimination.
He, I feel like Maple was really a little too on the up. Maybe she just went to go do a line of coke somewhere. I don't know. That's just
Do
saying.
you also want my NPC to be in juvie? Is that what you want, Dill? The three of you and then Maple.
Yeah, it's a bonding exercise.
Oh boy.
We can
Alright,
see if we can
well-
get out together.
Come on, tuck in your shirt, look sharp. This is the day I've been waiting for. I've been meaning to get this patch my whole life.
All right.
Wow, your
well,
whole life?
Well, you know, since I learned about patches and not my whole life.
You
But
could
I
just
am
go-
like 499 years old and gnomes don't live much longer.
How? I'm like 15.
Well, you're many years ahead of you left.
Kind of.
the great thing about the scouts, you know, here in the Baker's Dozen is we don't discriminate. You know, anyone who's willing to come and take part in our games, we are more than willing to have over. So it's just good being around friends. And he'll kind of cry into Gramps' shoulder a little bit. But he'll quickly collect himself and he pulls a microphone seemingly out of nowhere. Would the winners of the baking competition please make their way to the white tent? And this is in Dill's ear. He's not aiming. He knows you guys are right there, but this is in right next to Dill. White tent. I repeat, white tent. Are you guys going to the white?
Dill's gonna turn and just like casually try and slap the mic out of his hand.
Okay, it's gone. It's on the ground.
Hey, those things are expensive.
What's this white tent look like? I mean, it's white and it's a tent and it's floating.
How
Could
are
you-
the raccoons and the Karens responding to like loss? I want to know.
About JPG.
The raccoon team and the Karen team are actually also making their way to the white tent, and no
Oh.
one is stopping them.
What? They're gonna take our patches.
Well, then I guess you better go. Does Fluff have a walker?
She walks like, you know, speedy old lady. Gotta pull up the skirt a little bit, throw the shawl over the shoulders. She's
One of those mall walkers.
She
that goes
practices
like,
at the mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The store's open.
She practices.
I am
All
so
right.
sorry, but I imagine Fluff as the... Is it the mom robot in the Robots movie? The red robot with the huge butt just like trucking along, you know? She can't go any faster because she's just... Alright.
The Karens
Wait.
are the real robots.
White tent ahoy.
Yes, we make our way to the white tent.
Making our way to the white tent. As you
Making our way.
So, are you guys looking for Maple on your way to the tent? Are you looking for anything else other than Maple on your way
Yeah,
to the tent?
absolutely.
I've
Okay.
been looking for Maple the whole time.
Are any of you preparing anything now that you have recognized said robots?
I
I'll
mean,
just tell everyone to be on your guard.
they haven't shown any signs of hostility other than their Karens. So, like, no.
The Karens are holding hands, walking in a horizontal line, and they kind of stop, like, outside of the white tent. And I will say the same thing for the raccoon leaning Tower of Pisa, on the other side of the white tent, on the other side of the entrance. Unfortunately, when you do get to the white tent, it appears that there is not necessarily a lock on the door, but there's kind of a sheen coming from it. Like, you guys...
Like a
I mean,
shimmer of some sort?
Yeah, you
Okay.
guys can try to get in.
Does Dill see the Karen that winked at him?
Yes.
Are you saying that there's like some type of magical essence over the door that we
There
see?
is in no other terms, a force field.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why maybe they probably haven't gone through. Oh, I
Maybe
don't
we
know.
can tell one of the Karens after
Dill-
you.
Dill
It
is
is polite ladies first up thing.
Maybe you can only go in if you actually were invited like we were, and it doesn't let in people like them that were just trying to cheat their way in.
True. We did not cheat at all.
No.
I'm gonna see if I can trick one of these, ladies.
You're gonna try and get one of the MILFs to turn a trick?
No, that's later. So,
Oh.
Dill is gonna go over to the MILF who winked at him and say, "Hey, so," and then just kind of use his hands and like while he's talking, and then move a little bit closer, and then attempt a grapple.
Okay.
Straight up. I love it.
All right.
Do it.
Opposed strength check.
Okay.
I will say this. She is not actively trying to grapple you back. She just does not want to be held on to.
Okay. I'm gonna use my inspiration for this, so I'm gonna roll with advantage.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna get shown up by a MILF.
I mean,
Sure.
to be fair, some people are into that, but
A 20.
That'll do it. If you would like to be holding on to this MILF who is not fighting back, you are absolutely more than welcome to.
Hey, come here, Toots. And then he's gonna try and toss her into the shivering door.
Okay.
Do that.
Sure.
oh my god.
Well, I meant like your chaos
Can
is
you-
cool and stuff, but this is...
Give me the equivalent of... Okay, roll your damage for an unarmed strike.
Okay. Sure.
Because you're just having something else punch
on-
her instead of yourself.
Yeah, it's 6.
Okay. What were you gonna say before I say this, Fluff?
Oh, I was gonna say, is there like a look of apprehension or fear on anybody's face as they're facing this magical field? That like...
The specific Karen that Dill is manhandling has an absolute blank stare on her face. Her arms are straight out, kind of in a brand new Barbie doll L shape, bent at the elbows, and her hands are just like this. So I would imagine Dill does not have to try very hard to throw her. She will be thrown. As she takes this damage, you do see a couple more nuts and bolts kind of fall out of her. But as she hits this force field, she goes through halfway. Like something is holding her back a little bit, but her bottom half is sticking out. And you hear muffled from on the other side of the curtains, incorrect objective.
Objective. Did the announcer look like crazy
Bean touches
or
it.
weird? Yeah, touch it, Bean.
You feel nothing.
Bean puts her hand through it.
Feels like a curtain. Like a tarp. Like a tent.
And we
This
haven't
is
seen
weird.
Maple at all.
Well, all right. I guess Gramps walks through.
What a brave soldier.
This reminds me of this video I saw that they rented from Blockbuster for us.
That doesn't exist here.
Okay.
Well, sorry about that, miss. And she's gonna like pat the robot's hip on her way in and follow in.
Is anyone else
We'll
going?
follow if the others.
Yeah, if the
Yeah,
other
why the
two
fuck not?
make it through, sure.
Let's all fucking die together.
Okay.
Just met you like 2 hours ago.
Just to get things straight, I do have Wolf, Bean, Dill, Gramps, and Fluff all entering the tent. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's fucking go.
Are we entering the tent in a defensive way, or are we entering the tent like, yeah, we're here? Like,
Yeah.
Both.
I think apprehensively because of all of
Alert?
this weird shit. Alert is a good way to put it.
okay. So
Excited and concerned.
As you guys enter the tent, I need a wisdom saving throw from everyone.
Ooh.
I'm good at those.
Ooh, I rolled a 5. I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll with my lucky trade.
Nat 20.
Ooh.
Nat 20. Okay.
13 for Dill.
Oh.
Ooh, excuse me.
Because I'm
Bless
tight.
you. You said 12 for Bean. What about Fluff?
I rolled a natural 1 and I hated it, so I used my inspiration and I got a 14.
Okay. So I have Wolf, Dill, Bean, Fluff. I am missing Gramps. Gramps, what'd you roll?
Gramps rolled a 5, but I think I'm going to use my inspiration as well.
Okay.
Oh, that's a little better. Now it's a 7.
Okay.
Mission well spent.
So, Wolf, as the only one who beat the DC,
Okay.
as you all enter the tent, you guys see it is a completely empty tent. Except, Wolf, what you see is a completely empty tent with 5 pillars. So there are 4 pillars in each corner and 1 support beam pillar in the center, just
Okay.
holding it up like a circus tent.
Sure.
And it's shaped like a square.
Mm-hmm.
So the walls are shimmering for you. And as they're shimmering, they look almost crust-like to you.
Crest-like?
Crust.
Crust.
Like a pie crust.
Oh. Okay.
And it looks normal to everybody else.
I am going...
To everyone else, you're in a white tent.
We're in the
everybody, does this look like a pie to you all?
No, what are you talking about?
But it's in a tent.
It looks, the walls look like fluffy crust. I mean, it looks like somebody used a lot of butter in it because it looks really fluffy.
Fluff's
but
just gonna take her hand and like put it on his forehead. And check a
Dill's-
temperature.
Dill's gonna look at the MILF who's hanging into the room, into the tent, right? Hey, do you see anything wrong here? What's going on?
Is there anything in the tent that really
yeah, can I see anything else?
So the MILF there are drag marks. The MILF has been dragged outside of the tent, but that wall, it's a wall now. There's no entrance. You guys have entered. You don't see a partition in
Is there perhaps a little window that they can check on to see if we're baking all right, by any chance?
No, but I will say, Wolf, with a nat 20, I will allow you to slap any one player you would like to, and they will see what you see.
Oh, I will absolutely slap Dill.
Perfect. Dill, you don't you don't see the MILF.
I don't have a strength modifier. You only take 1 point of damage.
No.
But you do see that there is it's a crust on the inside. These pillars look perfectly normal, but there is one. They're all multicolored. There's red, yellow, blue, brown, and hot pink.
How's the crust taste?
I don't know. Do you want to try it?
Yeah, just reach out.
Tastes like pie.
Does it taste like human flesh?
Okay.
Or robot?
Human flesh last time.
Yeah. Is that on the diet at reform school?
But you will notice after taking a bite of the crust, Dill, you can now smell that it smells like cherry pie.
Oh, hey, I like cherry pie.
Did they have a warrant out for you, Dill?
I mean, the warrant system doesn't work that fast. I just ditched the bracelet. So,
Oh, all right. I was just wondering.
It normally takes a while, so
Just curious.
probably not.
Can Bean take a look at the ring that Maple gave everybody? It's still there?
Oh, yeah. I'll take my ring out too when I see Bean doing this.
I figured too, but I still think it turns white, so I haven't put that together yet.
If it's magic, have we attuned to it by this point?
As Bean reaches for the ring, there is, all of a sudden, a trap door that opens up on the bottom of the tent floor. And who else but to walk out of this trap door? But nobody. The trap door is just open. You do hear some... You're gonna what?
I was gonna go over and check it out and make sure that it's safe.
You are effectively frozen in time at the moment.
Okay.
So a disembodied voice, kind of over the equivalent of an intercom, calls out to the rest of you. Even those of you who do not hear, you don't see the pie, you don't taste the pie. Incorrect objective. Incorrect objective. As the ground begins to shake and the tent almost resets for a second, as suddenly now everybody can see the crust. And as you see the crust, not for everybody it smells like cherry pie. For one of you it might smell like apple. For someone else it might smell like rhubarb. For somebody else it might even smell like chocolate. But in fact, not just that this tent doesn't look tent-like, the entire plane, your field of vision, Wolf and Dill, you guys had seen everything else up to this point. Everything goes kind of dark. You can still see, but everything is a lot more dim for a second, as you now recognize that you were under an illusion spell. So, yes. So as you guys are experiencing all of this, this plane now feels rather automated, you might say. And now over the intercom, oh geez, buds, I really didn't think that you would make it this far. You're all supposed to be dead.
Maple,
oh, boy,
no!
Well, what am I supposed to do now? This event was just a whole sham anyway. Do you really think I care about some stupid bake-off? This is camp. We make memories at camp. Thank you for all the sticky buns, by the way. The tent shakes again. As the sides burst open, the white of the tent falls, revealing the pie crust that you are all inside. I would love for everyone to roll for initiative. Thank you.
We all knew Maple was the BBEG all along.
True. I knew it deep in my heart, but I was
didn't
denying it.
expect it.
Yes.
Oh.
And while everybody is rolling for initiative, here's how this is going to work. Because all of you recognize that you were under an illusion spell and that has been broken, I will give you 1 round to try and use your full movement as long as you have you pass a dex save, DC 15, to get out of the pie and back outside.
Okay.
And are we in initiative against someone or something? Do we know of?
Gonna find out.
We're going to find out. Yes.
Also, Wolf, don't forget you have advantage on dex checks, including initiative.
Didn't help.
Okay.
Okay. What did everyone roll?
Great question.
Roll
I forgot.
13 initiative.
16 for Bean.
9 for Gramps.
Okay.
Fluff got 12.
An 8 for Wolf.
Oh. All right, so I effectively have Bean, followed by Dill, followed by Fluff, followed by Gramps, followed by Wolf. And
Save
you
the
guys
best for
have-
last.
And you guys have all used your GM inspiration already?
I have not.
I have not.
Okay. You guys want to save those?
Yeah.
Yeah, for something more important than initiative.
All right. That's fair. Alrighty. So, as you guys are now in initiative, you guys are looking around, and I would like everybody to give me a dex save, like I said, DC 15, to try and get out of this
Dill failed.
pie crust.
Here is where I am going to use my inspiration.
Oh boy. 18.
Okay.
20 for Gramps.
14.
All right.
Oh, honey.
So close, yet so far.
All right. Fluff and Dill.
Fluff got an 8 for Dex.
Big
Oh.
fail.
Stuck in the pie.
Okay, so I will say this. We will deal with the people who saved here in a moment, but the people who failed, this is now the lair action's turn. So what I'm going to say is everybody go ahead, give me a constitution save.
Sick.
Oh.
I'm so ready for this. All right, let's do it. Rolling. That's a big 21.
All
That's
right.
A 13.
18.
Okay. Okay. So
Where's the pie monster?
Dill and Wolf, you guys both save. Fluff, you take 10 thunder damage. Thank you for that spell slot that you guys gave me earlier. Very nice of
That's
you.
fun.
What a good thunder wave that was. All right, wait till you see what I did with your hit points, y'all.
Oh, no.
So now,
Oh no.
now, because you two who passed, you only take 5. So
Okay.
Wolf and Dill, you guys take 5. And your next turn, you will be able to try and escape again. It's a DC 14 that next time. Okay. So
Cool.
everyone else, are you moving outside of the pie? It is your choice to move out. I am not going to make anybody move out.
I mean,
You do hear a lot of clanking coming from outside.
but we are inside of a pie.
Yes, and the ground is rumbling violently.
And there was a trap door?
Yes, but the trapdoor has been rumbled shut at this point.
Okay.
Save yourselves, leave the pie.
That's a free action from Fluff.
Oh, I don't know. Should we do the door or should we leave? I think Bean is going to try for the door first. She's not going to leave quite yet.
Do we have an action and movement or just movement?
You say you can do whatever you want. I will say it will take a full dash action to get out of the pie.
And if we stay in the pie, we have to save again.
Yes, sir.
Gramps is gonna get out of the pie. Somebody has to get out of the pie.
Yeah.
All right.
On the beach.
This
Yep.
is not how I wanted to spend retirement.
So I do have you all grouped together for this first one for what you wanted to do, and we will resume initiative next round. So Gramps, you walk outside and you see that the pie is starting to lower a little bit. Like you have to use your dash action to get out because the door is disappearing. The door will soon be underground.
Ah, good.
Okay.
So you are
Yeah.
outside.
And I just got
and-
you got to get out of there. It's sinking, and I'm pulling out some rope.
Okay. I will say anybody who wants to use the rope can also have a bonus action instead of using their full everything to get out. So, I have Gramps who is safe outside holding a rope. What is Bean? Did you say you were going towards the trapdoor?
Initially I was, but if the whole place is sinking,
Okay.
then yeah, I'm probably gonna head out too.
I'll allow it. Okay. So Bean is now out. Dill?
Dill's gonna go in the trapdoor. We gotta see what's down there.
Thank you.
We gotta,
Thanks for your sacrifice.
We gotta know. We gotta know.
Gotta know.
Okay, give me another con save.
Okay.
DC 14 this time.
Okay.
Out of the pie, into the fire.
dear.
Natural what? I will use my lucky point
Okay.
to roll that again. That's my last lucky point. For a 19.
Okay. You save. You only take 2 damage this time.
Okay. What do I make it to the trapdoor and get inside?
I will give you a free action to open the trapdoor, even though you made it. It is pitch black because most of the pie is sinking underground. So actually, the lower and lower, like the trapdoor it's just gonna be you open the trapdoor and there's like dirt under it soon.
But what was in there? None of this makes sense. Dill is okay. If he has any movement left, he's gonna try and leave. But I assume that he's gonna spend another turn in the pie.
One more turn in the pie, indeed.
Sure.
Alrighty, Fluff. What about you?
Fluff is going to try to get out.
Okay.
And I do have I'll just try to run out. And I said, do I need to like make a check for that or?
It's you already you don't have to repass the con save because you're not staying in there. Are you using your dash action to get out?
Yeah. And
Okay.
then I also I'm wearing some like pretty fancy boots, so they like help me. My walking speed is 30 feet, so I jump out.
Okay, I will say instead of only having a bonus action, you can have a full action with those boots.
Oh, okay. Then when I get out, is there any like thing to look at or?
As you get outside, if you're looking around, there are now 2 claw arms that are building themselves on either side of this pie.
Oh.
One of which has a raccoon head that is like trying to bite at something, and the other one is a bunch of stacked Karens with the one at the top with her arms like this that are just trying to grab at something.
All I wanted was a patch.
So are you saying that I have a bonus action left or just an action left? I'm confused.
You can have an action.
All right. Well,
This looks like it's gonna be a fight.
Fluff's gonna say to Gramps, and
You ready for this?
is that what the kids say these days? Are they like close enough? We're an initiative. Can I attack them?
You will be able
Can't
to
really.
attack them next round. But you're the only one who knows what they are.
All right. Well, then I will relay all of the information that I learned.
Yeah, I was
into
gonna
the
say.
sinking whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say to relay to everyone. I'm gonna say would use your action, but
Okay.
that might be wrong of me. But I have a plan. Wolf, what the heck are you doing? Are you going to this trapdoor too?
I will, seeing that Dill looked in the trapdoor and started to move away from it, I will go ahead, use my movement and Gramps' rope so that when I get out, I still have an action. And when I get out, I am going to hide. See, I am going to attempt to find a place to hide so that I am not seen by any possible attackers.
I will say right now, because the pie is not all the way level with the ground, you can be on one side of the pie, and neither of these, neither of these arms will see you.
Works for me.
Yeah, but once the
Perfect.
pie's in the ground, you'll be visible.
Okay.
So, we are back around here. I'm going to give these automatons a turn. So how this is going to work is, because those of you who are outside now notice that I'm just telling you all of this so that you know when your turn comes up next. For some reason, the pie is sinking, but the supports are not. So you have 5 supports that are coming up out of the top of this pie. So there's the 4 that were keeping up the sides of the tent, and the top one is sticking up through the center. And the one that's sticking up through the center, you see that someone is holding it. A giant someone. So it is going to take a full turn for whatever this is to emerge from the top of the pie.
Giant robot fight. Giant robot fight.
So, rolling back around to the lair action. Who is still inside my pie?
That'd be Dill.
Just Dill, right?
Yep.
Yeah, just a dilly
Okay.
boy.
All right, give me another Constitution save. This time it's only a 13.
Okie dokie, rolling these dice, 21.
Alrighty, Dill. Do you want to escape this thing or no?
He does, and indeed he will use the rope. If he gets outside, does he have enough time and wherewithal with which to attack with the longsword that was stuffed down his pants?
I will say because you had to make the save, no.
Okay, well he at least
But you can get up close to one though. You can get in melee with it. Is that what you want to do?
yeah.
Are you in melee with the raccoon or are you in melee with the Karens?
Oh,
It's
definitely.
gotta be the Karens.
Definitely the Karens. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Alrighty, Bean. You're up.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I know. There's a lot at once.
Well, I think I'm probably going to first and foremost pull out my lute, give it a little strum, and give a bardic inspiration to, we'll say, Gramps, because he looks probably the most seasoned of an actual fighter here. So you have 1d8 that you can add to any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw for the next 10 minutes.
That is a really good song. It's just firing me up. It reminds me of the old days.
Thanks, I've been practicing it for a week.
When I was hanging out with Norman D.
God, all right. That was her bonus action. For her action, I think she's just going to try Hey, you know what? Just for funsies, is there anything weapony on my patch jacket? On my, what is it called? Fucking row of useful items?
Yes. Yes, there is.
Great.
Okay, so these have a theme. Your next one is a Squid Launcher. So you now have a small warforged gun that you can shoot a warforged at one of these things, and it'll do 1d4 on your turn. You can command it using your bonus action.
Beautiful. I love it. So she will slap that patch on the ground, watch it burst up, and just have this delighted look on her face. And that'll be her action. She already used her bonus action. So.
Okay. Before your turn ends, what is my purpose?
We're gonna fight these things.
Awesome, thank you. And then we're gonna go ahead and scooch on. So after Bean is all right, Dill. Am I messing up the order here?
You did Dill first because he had to escape. So
I
then
did.
it went to Bean and now it's Fluff.
Okay, I was gonna say we're good. Thank you.
All right. If it's my turn, I guess.
Oh, this is a very difficult. I don't understand. I just want the patch.
Fluff is going to
Be like, well, let's see what we can do here.
I will tell everybody, if you want, I will give you a free action perception check just to take in everything on your turn this time. Because it's a lot.
Yeah, it's like a raccoon and a bunch of Karens. That's okay. I'll just I'll team up with Dill and I'll go after the Karens too. I didn't like them, even though the raccoon did better in the baking. I still don't like them the most. I don't know if this is gonna. Well, I'll try this instead. I'm gonna just try to cast Gust of Wind and try to like blow them over. And it's a strong wind of 60 feet and 10 feet wide, and I can just like, blast it. So I'll just try to knock over the Tower of Karens with a Gust of Wind.
Okay. Is there a save or anything for that?
It's a strength save of 15.
Okay.
And if they fail, they are pushed away. So, as I do so, I'm going to make a little sound, and Fluff is going to move about 10 feet into the air, closer to them.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to be closer to them on the outside of the pie, or do you want to be like on the pie, like next to them?
I imagine the pie is sinking, so I'm just going to stay outside the pie.
Okay. I was just gonna say there's two sides to each of them. Alrighty. So if you're doing
There's
that,
two
I
sides
did
to
roll
every pie.
I did roll a 15, so they did save. Does anything still happen to them?
Nope. It's a concentration spell, so I'll just keep it up. I'll keep trying to blow them over.
Wonderful. Alrighty. Gramps, it is your turn.
Well, guess somebody has to look after that trash panda. Those things have sticky fingers anyway. And so Gramps is going to make his way to the raccoon thing. What do I see when I get there?
So I will just give you a general overview because you'll be able to see everything. So the giant thing coming out of the top of the pie will be out after Wolf's turn. So that's after the next one. And then what you see is two automatons, the pie in the center, but the automatons they're almost like claws. They're looking for something to grab on either side of this pie. So the raccoon head is on there, but the raccoon is no longer acting like a raccoon. He's just he's very animatronic looking now.
It's the worst visit to Chuck E. Cheese ever.
Well, I guess I can just try to smash this thing. I don't know if it's lifting it up or what. So I'm just gonna make an attack roll on this animatron raccoon.
Okay.
And the first attack's an 18 to hit.
That'll do it.
And that is 11 damage on the first swing.
Okay.
And the second, that's a 12 to hit.
Okay.
Does that hit?
Yes.
And that does another 11 damage.
Cool.
And he's just kind of like, this thing's strong. And that will end his turn.
Okay. You notice, Gramps, that as you're railing into the side of this thing, it is just leaving dents. It does not look like it is any less mechanically adept at grabbing you. And we're moving on here. Wolf, your turn, bud.
Okay, this thing that's coming out of the ground is not out of the ground yet?
It will be after you.
Okay, so I will go ahead and start from wherever I am, and I guess I'm going to have one more question. The 5 pillars, the ones coming up being held by the giant, the other 4 are stationary?
Yeah, they're all in the same place.
And has the pie sunk down around them? Could I get up close to them without being swallowed by the pie?
Yeah. You can.
Okay.
Like I said, these are the 5 multicolored
Sure.
pillars. They're all 50 feet apart, just so you know.
Okay.
On the sides, and they're 100 feet apart on the front. It's the tent was a rectangle.
Got it. I will go ahead and make a short bow attack on the raccoon, and then I am going to use my bonus action after that to try and hide behind one of the pillars.
Okay. So go ahead and roll for me for the raccoon.
Oh, for fuck's sake. 10?
All right, that's not going to do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Okay.
Were you hidden before?
I was hidden before.
Do you have advantage?
I rolled 2 10s.
Oh, okay.
No!
Rolled the
Yeah,
same
no.
thing twice.
This robotic raccoon slowly creaks down to look at Wolf and just... It's just towering over you, buddy.
I will bonus action hide.
Okay.
We'll find a pillar to hide behind.
So this next turn, these automatons, their entire goal is to keep you away from these pillars. So what they're going to do is scoop up Wolf. Wolf, give me a dex save.
Okay.
Try to scoop up Wolf, I should say.
19.
That'll do it. Okay, so you see this raccoon with his little raccoon hands comes down, tries to grab Wolf's shirt, misses, does a little like he's very upset, and will reassume the standing position. I will say the Karens are going to try to do the same thing to Dill. So Dill, give me a dexterity saving throw from you.
Okie dokie.
Or does it, yeah, saving throw.
Point of clarification: the raccoon still looks like a raccoon, right?
He just looks like he's a robot raccoon. I'll just say his
Oh, it's a
hair's falling
robot,
off.
okay.
That's
Oh
it.
god, so kind of like a run-down Chuck E. Cheese raccoon, but just a giant one.
It's bad.
Oh, you guys are gonna love my game next week.
19 dex save.
Okay, that'll do it. Doesn't get you either. Darn it. Okay. Well, I will tell you guys, any of you who are with the automatons on the sides that are the claws, so either the raccoon or the Karen, you guys are 50 feet away from your closest pillar, just so you guys know. And then this is the lair action. So you guys all look up to the top of the pie in horror as a giant maple appears out of the top of the pie holding the red pillar in her hand. It almost looks like a staff. And she kind of looks at all of you, not saying anything, but she raises the staff for a second. And on the 3 points that she points to ahead of you, there are 3 pie throwers that come out of the ground and are going to try and fling a pie at Gramps, Bean, and Fluff. So,
Fucking go.
Pie cannon.
all right. Fluff, does a 16 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay. You take 2 points of blueberry damage.
Oh, blueberries.
Bean, does a 10 hit you?
Does not.
Okay. You would have taken 3 points of pumpkin damage, so that's not gonna do that. And then, what about you, Gramps? Does a 14 hit you?
It does not.
Okay. You would have taken strawberry rhubarb damage. Darn it. All right. So now that these 3 pie throwers are reloading, Maple is just kind of staring at everyone. She doesn't have anything to say, but she's very intrigued on what you guys are going to do next. So now we're back to Bean, top of the order.
Cool. Bean looks up at this giant evil maple, tears welling in her eyes at one of her idols turning against them and being apparently some evil giant robot, and is going to pocket her gun of launched tiny automaton or whatever it is for just a moment so she can strum her guitar and cast Cloud of Daggers right on giant maple. which I have nicknamed Daggers of Damocles. And so I already forgot what I needed to do for the spell. Nothing. You just
Go
take
straight to
damage.
health. Do not pass go. I'm kidding.
Are you using your bonus action to command your Warforged, Sid? Because otherwise he just protects you.
Yes, I am doing that. I just wanted to read my spell first because I forgot. Yeah, apparently it just fucking takes damage. I'll take it. Love it. Ooh. 4, 8, 12. 12 slashing damage.
Okay. On which one was that?
Maple.
On Maple. Interesting. Okay. So, Bean, you notice this thing isn't real. Maple is a hologram.
Well, shoot.
Boo.
Even the pillar.
Damn it.
No, the pillar appears to be real.
But isn't she like holding it like a?
She's holding it, but you can't really tell what's up with that pillar.
Does it seem like whatever is holding it is taking damage?
Not so much taking damage, but it just kind of flickers like an old TV.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, she just goes, well, dang it. And then she's going to shoot the raccoon with, command the automaton, the little guy. Sid, was it? Sid. Launch Sid at the raccoon.
Absolutely, mother. And he'll go ahead and
Too young to be a mom, no.
take a swing at this raccoon.
I don't think it'll live long. Don't worry.
He
That's what
did.
happens when you're in the juvie cycle.
He does hit for a whopping 1 slashing damage.
I'm so
on
proud
the
of my
raccoon.
son.
He is beaming at you, Mirage. Absolutely beaming. Mom,
She's
look
beaming back.
what I did, Mom. Look what I did. Okay, so does that complete your turn?
Yes, it does.
Awesome. I will say for everyone, because you were all probably taking a look at Maple as she was coming out of the top of the pie, yes. So you all now recognize that Maple did not take damage when being struck. So Dill, what are you up to right now, bud?
Dill is going to charge the Karens and take a swing-a-roon with his longsword that he produced from his pants. Does a 25 hit.
Abso-freaking-lutely it does, bud.
And
That'll do
as
it.
he strikes, he's gonna reach over and be like, and then attempt a trip attack. Strength save of 16 for that stack of Karens.
Okay.
Using 1 superiority die. It will knock him prone if,
Assisted by a giant pillar of wind. That doesn't smell like farts.
Okay. You guys, I will just say, because this thing is in the ground, it is attached, it is a moving hand of some sort. It has a giant dent in the bottom of it, and it is starting to Leaning Tower of Pisa itself a bit. But it's still standing. It looks fine. It's just not as upright, and it now no longer has as much mobility as before. So that's what's going on with that.
Is that the first strike? Well,
Okay. And so a total of 13 damage.
Okay.
Because I add the superiority die roll to that. And then his second strike looks like this. 19, does that hit? Or 22, sorry.
That hits.
Okay. For 11 damage. And okay, is Wolf Bottom Top within like sight and hearing?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my superiority die and bonus action to Commander Strike to say to Wolf, shoot the Karen. and you get an attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's that.
Fuck yeah.
After that, Dill is gonna say to the Karen, "After I'm done with you, I'm gonna take your Dodge Caravan for a spin."
The Karen gives you a look like, how fucking dare you? My children need that to get to soccer practice.
Children
Like,
are robots. Quiet.
As
she's
she
not speaking, but you can feel the stare.
as she gives that look, Wolf goes ahead and delivers the short bow attack that he was commanded to. Son of a bitch, for a 10. Oh wait, I was still hidden. 25.
That'll hit.
All right. 4.
I get to add my superiority die to your attacks.
Nice. So 18 plus whatever
Okay.
you add.
Only a 1.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Wonderful. Does that complete your turn, Wolf?
I'm not on my turn. I'm on.
Dill. Sorry,
Right.
you guys are both working together. Dill. Yep.
Yeah. I'm
Fluff
done.
is up next.
Yes. Well, this seems really bad.
Seeing that Bean was not able to really like produce any damage from like the giant maple that's peering over, Fluff is going to drop the gust of wind and be like,
Well, maybe this will help.
and no one is in melee with the Karens, right? Or there are actually.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Dill is, and
Yes.
Wolf
Okay.
now is.
Then
right?
in that case,
He's short-bowed.
Fluff is gonna turn, and hopefully the raccoon is within 150 feet. I feel like that's likely. That's a lot of feet.
Yes.
And she's gonna cast Fireball on the wreck. Are you in melee?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Go
Aw.
for it.
Oh.
No.
Go for
What
it.
could possibly go wrong?
I would see that. All right, Fluff's gonna run up.
Are you sure at our age?
That's true. That's a good point. Check. for
Make a
me.
cataract check.
I'm old.
Fluff's gonna run up and within 15 feet of right in melee with the Karens and cast a Thunder Wave. But I'll cast it at second level.
Okay.
So that is a con save of 15
Okay.
for the Karens.
That's a 7. So what happens to me?
14 points of thunder damage as Cloud is like,
See, you have to do it like this, Dill.
and then just be like, and she's gonna fly another 10 feet into the air after casting this spell, so she's floating about 20 feet up in the air now.
Flying with flatulence. I love it. Okay. Cool. The Karens are looking very crooked at this point. They are almost touching the ground. They look fine, but the bottom of where they were attached to the ground is really, really bent. Like when you bend a metal pipe, that's what it looks like. Alrighty. Does that end your turn, Fluff, you said? So we're up to Gramps.
Well, yes, I'm just gonna whack it again. Everybody else is over with them sexist soccer mom thingies. And the first is a 13,
A 13 hits.
and that does 7 damage.
Okay.
And the second attack. Oh, wait, it didn't roll right. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. It's a 16 to hit.
Okay, that also hits.
And another 7 damage.
Nice.
And yeah, he's just gonna with his warhammer and then just be like, this thing's just not going down yet. That'll end. But he's just gonna keep whacking away at it. So he's a dwarf.
Wolf, you are up, bud.
I will assume that since I popped out to shoot and didn't have a bonus action to rehide, that I am visible at the start of this turn. Since the Karens are showing the most amount of damage, I will go ahead and short bow attack the Karens. Does an 11 hit?
Just barely no, bud.
Oh, Jesus
barely no.
Bonus action hide.
Okay.
Brutal.
I will say because no one is looking for you. The only way you can hide right now is you can effectively hide behind another player.
Can I hide behind a pillar? Because I had
So-
popped out from behind a pillar to shoot.
Yeah, I was gonna say if
I
you...
should be able to hide again behind the same pillar.
Yes, I will say this. Your ring is absolutely burning hot. Wherever it is on your body, it is burning hot right now. And I will tell you why.
Okay.
So Maple is currently holding this red pillar
Mm-hmm.
out of the top of this pie, and she does not look happy. You are absolutely annihilating her Karens. You're trying to kill her trash panda with a lot of hits. They have taken a lot of damage. But they still look fine. She doesn't look happy, but they look fine. So you see, because you're hidden and you're not in any damage, you're not in any danger of being hit by these pie shooters that I'm about to throw at you. There is a small hole. Because you're a sharpshooter, you can probably see this small hole within this red pillar, and your ring is just lit the fuck up.
Does it look like my ring could fit in the pillar?
It does look like your ring could fit in the pillar.
Is it low enough to the ground that on my next turn I can reach it?
No.
Okay.
Maple stands about 100 feet tall.
Okay.
And the pillar's up there with her. The other pillars, on the other hand, such as the blue one, the yellow one, the brown one, and the hot pink one, as long as you don't get grappled, are within touching distance. As long as you use an action to get there.
Okay.
If you're not already near one, which a couple of you are.
I am going to yell as much of this as I possibly can.
Okay.
I'm just going to yell out, try to put your ring in the pillar. There's a hole in the pillar. Try and put your ring in it. That's less than 6 seconds.
Does
It
color
is.
matter?
Alrighty. These pies are not happy at what Dill just did. And I'm sorry, Bean, but they're gonna go after your Warforge that's in plain view.
No.
So we got Sid, we have Bean,
Sid,
He
no.
is vicious.
and Gramps. One's gonna come after you too.
Bring it. Bring it.
For Bean, does a 13 hit.
No.
Okay. For Dill, does a 17 hit.
Ooh.
Okay. Well, I'm really rocking this, aren't I? And then Gramps does a 19 hit for Gramps.
19's my armor class. So
Okay,
yes.
Gramps, you take a whopping 3 chocolate damage.
He just gets white in the face and he's like,
This
It's
chocolate
painful,
pie
but sweet.
hits you right in the butt.
oh, well, ew.
Now it's tough to distinguish what's a lick.
Included.
Oh, it's
Alright.
time to get to the pins.
The other half of this lair action is going to be the automatons trying to scoop you guys again. So I do need a dex check from Dill and Gramps.
Dex check a rollin'.
Oh, from me as well. Okay.
15 for Dill.
Okay.
Oh, crap.
Not a good noise.
I think even with the bardic inspiration, it won't help. So I'm just gonna a 1 for a total of 3.
Oh.
Okay. So what happens to Gramps is
Here,
here comes
wipe it off for me.
Here comes Mr. Raccoon with his little grabby hands, and he's gonna grab Gramps by the shirt, and he's going to place Gramps on top of the pie, because it can swivel and put him on top of the pie, so he's away from the pillar he was beside. So he doesn't do any damage to ya, just scoops ya and sits you down. And the one that tried to grab Dill, it is way too low to the ground to successfully try and maneuver in any way, shape, or form enough to scoop you at all. They get within probably a foot, the top of it, because you're by the base. It just can't bend that vertically anymore. So you are safe. You get to stay where you're at. Bean, back to you.
Cool. How close is the pink pillar?
So the pink pillar is behind the Karens.
Cool. How's Sid looking?
Sid saved, so that's he's fine.
Good.
Yep, he's just hanging out.
All right. Cool. I think Bean is going to, upon hearing that they should put their rings in the pillars, start making her way over towards the pink one, because I'm assuming that is the color associated with her ring. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So she's going to start making her way over, and on the way is going to give her lute another little strum, and this time give Wolf some bardic inspiration. So you have a d8 that you can add to any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. Hopefully that'll help your DM rolls.
Alrighty, Bean.
Let me just double check. Yeah, I may as well. For my action, I'm going to use Vicious Mockery at the Karens. I need a wisdom save of 15 from them.
Well, alright, that's the one thing
mock?
they can't do, Mirage.
What's the mock?
I'm thinking about it. Hold on.
That's a 5.
Great.
What do you do to my babies,
See-
Mirage?
This is why I don't actually play bards, because I only know stuff from musicals, and I'm not actually, like, good at coming up with shit. No, she's probably just going to insult that they're all wearing the same apron and just be like, that's really tacky.
They can't, like, talk, but they're
Does
making
not
very
sound
unhappy
cute.
robot noises. They're upset. There's a little bit of fire that comes out of their ears, in fact. All 5 of them stacked in a row, just flames.
Almost max damage. 7 psychic
7.
damage.
Okay. The Karens are still fine, but they are now horizontal, laying on the ground. So they can still try to do what they're gonna do, but they're horizontal. All right, Dill.
Yeah, let's work on the other one. I can't grab us.
Clarification, kind of a question for everybody. Where is Dill's ring? Did someone grab that? I can't remember.
Yeah,
I think
yes.
Gramps grabbed it.
Gramps has
Gramps has it.
Oh,
Did you
okay.
give it back, Gramps?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
This is about child rearing, learning lessons.
Cut me a switch, boy.
I'm gonna get that child rearing badge.
Okay, so am I reading the room correctly in that no damage can be done to these Karens? Can I discern that? Just me.
As a free action, they're just being dented. They look absolutely fine.
But we're bothering them.
Yeah, I think you just damaged them enough to where they weren't able to pick somebody up from a pillar, as opposed to the other one, which was able to pick me up. And scoop me
Okay,
away.
so Dill is gonna rush over to the raccoon head, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then take a big old swingaroo. Get out my trash. Okay. And that is a 15 to hit.
That'll do it.
Okie dokie. And then he'll swing again. Like that. For a 20 to hit.
That will also do it.
For an additional 12 damage. And I might want to... Yeah, I'm going to do it. Action surge. He'll swing again. Ah!
Okay.
Ooh, I didn't like that. Only rolled an 11, but I'm going to use a superiority die to trip attack, but that also allows me to add a superiority die to the... does it allow me to the... Oh, then no, that's only for the total damage. Yeah, I can't do shit about that. Okay, I just wasted my action surge then. Okay. I will use a superiority die to look at Wolf bottom top and be like, shoot the raccoon! And then you can add this to your damage if you hit their Wolf 3.
Okay.
As
And
Dill
that-
completes his turn, the raccoon is... It's starting to go.
Yeah. That was a good roll on damage, too. That was a 13 on that last one. It's a real shame. Real shame.
It's all right. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Perfect.
Wolf gets his short bow attack, though, if he complies.
Okay. Fluff, it is your turn.
Oh boy. How far is Fluff from the blue pillar?
So, you're Karen side or raccoon side?
Karen side.
So you could get there and put the ring in your next turn.
Okay. Then Fluff is going to just be like,
We need to go to the pillars, I guess. The pillars?
and she'll take out her ring and just like old lady hobble towards the pillar, and maybe just for fun, she's gonna cast fog cloud as she goes. That way, maybe, I don't know, she's harder to hit, or people around her are harder to hit. So there's a 20-foot radius of just like this greenish yellow fog surrounding her. And she's just like,
Fluff is
That's
gone.
my turn.
She is effectively disappeared. Okay. Awesome. All right. So just so everybody knows, both Bean and Fluff, if you guys choose, on your next turn, you will be able to insert your ring. Okay, we got Gramps next.
With this very question, looking around, Gramps is gonna pull out his pawn's mace and put him on, and like, how far? Which one is brown, and how far from it am I?
You are right next to yours. On the raccoon side.
I'm gonna it's right in front of me, and then embarrassed, he's gonna take them off quickly and like store them away that since nobody else knew that he had to put glasses on to see something that was right in front of him. And he's gonna try to put his ring into the hole of the.
Okay. So as you do this, Gramps, the pillar kind of makes a clinking noise, almost like the ring is traveling down like an arcade game where you put in a coin and then it gets to the bottom and it spits out a coin that has something written on it. And at the bottom of the pillar, all of a sudden the pillar just sinks into the ground, and the little bulb that was on the top that was brown is just lit up like a little light, like a little ground light, like somebody has on their lawn.
Is it a pick upable thing, or is it?
It's just sunk in there. It just looks like it's been used.
Okay. I'm like, well, it turned on some kind of light, and then with that, I guess with my movement, I'm gonna move closer to the. Where are the pies coming from?
The pies are coming from 3 pie shooters like behind you. They're still you're on the front side of the tent. So they're just like on the lawn in front of and they're just
How far
before
is
you guys.
how far is Dill from me?
Maybe 50 feet.
And
Just on the other side.
how far is Dill's rings pillar from me?
Right next to Dill. You guys were on the right sides. I don't know
Alright.
how you did
Okay.
that, but
Then that way, I'm gonna make my way of my movement as close to Dill as I can. I guess that's
okay. You'll be able to get there next turn. I will go ahead and say, with this, you see Maple shrinks a size. She's still huge, but she shrinks a size, meaning the red pillar is slightly easier to get. All right. Now the Gramps went, Wolf, what are you doing?
Has the red pillar come down enough that I would be able to reach the hole where my ring goes in yet?
You get the impression that you were personally screwed over by this trap and that all of the rest of them have to be done before yours is like low enough to reach.
Okay. In that case, I will pop out from behind the pillar that I've been hiding behind. I will make a short bow attack on the raccoon to try and finish knocking it over so it can't grapple anybody, and then I will use my bonus action to hide. So, natural 20 on the attack.
Nice.
Okay.
Finally.
Total damage of 4, 7, piercing damage, sneak attack. I gotta try and read this math here.
Here's my pawn snake.
Okay, so 4 and 13 is 17 plus 17. Oh, all right, 34.
34? Okay.
Beautiful.
Sneak attack damage is nice, and crit
Well-
damage is nice.
You guys all watch in awe as this short little dragonborn that's been moping around this entire time because his mom sent him to camp absolutely just bends this thing in two with the force of this damage. It is on the ground. The raccoon is giving the grass the kiss of life. It is effectively downed.
Whoa.
And I will say that with that crit, it can't move at all. At least the Karens have a little bit of mobility, but raccoons are down for the count. You see the raccoon's eyes just kind of close, the little metal flaps just sink over the eyeballs. And that'll
Got
be
him!
it for you?
Yeah, bonus action hide.
Okay. All right. So, my automatons, Dill, give me one more dex check because these Karens are hard up for it right now. They are out for blood. They want to take you home and mess you up. So,
Not in a Dodge
I'm
Caravan.
down.
Cougars.
Oh, yeah. I rolled a big old 4.
Is this for everybody?
So
Oh.
I rolled a 4.
okay. So, the Karens can't move upwards, but they just kind of push you, and they actually don't realize that they're doing this, but you are now within 10 feet of Gramps. They move you, so that helped you, actually, because they can't go the other direction. So you guys can now hand off rings. That is my mistake. Okay, so, I'm gonna go ahead and say, Maple looks fine. She's just kind of staring at everything. Once again, doesn't have anything to say. So now we're back at Bean.
Cool. Action to put the ring in the pillar?
Okay, your pillar jink, down into the ground. Bright pink light is now on the ground.
Cool. Bonus action. Sid, can you attack one of those pile launchers for me, please?
Absolutely, Mother. I am absolutely down to do that. Thank you so much. And he'll go ahead, after being blessed with the opportunity to hit something.
Me whenever I play a barbarian.
He misses. Okay. So
Okay, he did his best, and I love him regardless.
He looks back at you, and a little metallic tear streams down his cheek.
A little bit of oil.
She's just like, it's okay, you got this.
He's beaming again. He's very excited. Okay. Do you want to do anything else with your turn? Any other movement or anything? You can still move back to anybody.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Perfect. Alrighty, Dill.
Dill's gonna run over to Gramps and try and grab the ring and say, "The future is now, old man," and try and dunk the ring into the.
Gramps is gonna be like, no, he's not gonna give it to him. He's just gonna look at it and say, "A tough attitude and a fancy sword are no match for a gifted power ring."
Wow.
Are we about to do a contested grapple check for this ring?
Oh yeah.
Okay, all right.
Since you took that approach with Gramps completely.
We're gonna right across Gramps' more.
What is it? Is it a strength check?
You want to do
A saving throw? What is it?
What do you want to do, DM?
To get the ring.
All right, opposed strength checks from both of you. I don't know what else to do. Why are you fighting over this?
Because he was rude, and he just and so I'm not going to give him his ring because he needs to learn a lesson.
It doesn't make any sense. Okay.
Sometimes you gotta learn hard lessons. You obviously haven't gotten the child rearing badge yet.
Yeah, yes. You, Sarah, have not been an old man.
That is a 22 for Gramps.
Okay. Dill has 2 attack actions, so he's gonna try again.
Oh my god.
Is it 22 enough to put him over my knee and like just start spanking him? Who's your grandpa?
You effectively
God.
scoop Dill and just place him to the side. Dill, if you still want to go back after him after he just manhandles you off of him.
After he does that, Gramps will just say, "No, just ask politely. You can have the dang ring, youngin."
Dill is gonna pretend like that didn't just happen and is like gonna just like pretend like he's doing something like with his pocket, and that'll be his turn.
Wow. Okay, so he
Fucking
still doesn't
amazing.
have the ring, correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Love
so,
this team.
Fluff, what would you like to do, the love of my life, who's not going to do anything crazy on...
What? I'm totally gonna do something crazy. Fluff is starting her turn in a giant, gas cloud. So you said that I could make it to the pillar, so she's going to bolt out of the gas cloud and head to the pillar, and be like, "Stop fighting, everyone! We need to get out of here, or else we're going to die." And I guess put a ring in it.
Okay. Third pillar, into the ground. Little blue light lights up.
All right. Then as a bonus action, she's just gonna adjust her shawl and pass turn.
Are you really worried about? We worry about dying every day now.
I want that badge.
Fluff, you still have movement. If you want to, if you want to start moving back around to the front of the tent, you can.
Is there a reason to move to the front?
I'm just saying, like, if you wanted to, just because that's where
Bean
evidently
is
all
next
the...
to Bean. You're next to your pillar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just be next to my pillar then.
Okay. Yeah, Fight Club is out front. All right.
We'll let
Gramps,
them do their thing.
Gramps, how are you retaliating against Dill's shenanigans?
Gramps is gonna take the ring and then with his thumb flip it to Dill, and then just say, he's gonna be very much like, again, Harvey Keitel, old man, Mr. White, coming to clean up stuff because he's trying to look cool. He's like, "Just don't always look a gift horse in the mouth, kid." And then he's just gonna flip it to him. And is there anything that needs attacking?
All 3 of the pie things missed last turn, but they are going to try and shoot again.
Can I attack a pie thing?
You can attack a pie shooter. Yes.
Does flipping does flipping count as an action, or is it
I'll just let you shoot one.
All right.
It's so they're small.
How far away are they?
30 feet from you.
Okay, so I can get there, and then first attack with the warhammer is a 21 to hit.
Okay.
And that's 5 damage. And then the second attack, oops, I hit the wrong button again, is a 17 to hit.
Okay.
And that's 10 damage.
You successfully, with your warhammer, it goes to cut this thing out of the ground, but it just goes flying. And the little arsenal of pies that were coming out of it, they're still just fine. You can even use a free action to take a bite of one if you want.
I actually would like to take the pie and throw it at Dill. No, I can't.
Okay, what flavor would you like to throw it to?
I think pecan pie would have better edges. It'd be a little rougher, do more damage.
That's a +1 damage pie there.
All right, Wolf. Is that your turn, Gramps?
That ends.
Okay.
What has happened with the red pillar? Has that sunk down yet? Is it within reach for me yet?
It would take an athletics check to jump to it, but it is close enough that it's going to be a DC 15.
Could I make it an acrobatics check? Since it's a jumpy kind of thing?
Yes, you can make an acrobatics. That's fine.
Then I will run over and use my action to attempt to put this thing in.
Don't forget, you also have inspiration in case you need it.
Okay, with the 23 before the 1d8, so I can roll the 1d8 if I need to. But
all right, how do you put your ring in this pillar, Sarah Wolf?
So seeing that the pillar has been starting to come down, and I can kind of get the angle on it, I sling my bow over my back, sprint, and then just sort of parkour up the front of this pillar with feet and hands, and kind of pop, and slam the ring in.
Okay. This pillar acts a little bit differently when you do this. So it doesn't sink into the ground because there's no ground where it is to sink into. Instead, it just shrinks down to the size of a normal staff. And you can take this if you would like to.
I absolutely grab a hold of it as a free action if I can.
It is the biggest paintbrush-sized paintbrush you have ever held, Wolf.
Okay.
For your art patch days.
Outstanding.
So the remaining 2 pie shooters are both going to aim at you, Wolf, given that you're about to give them a reason to not exist anymore. So I have a 9. I doubt that's going to hit you. And then what about, does a 15 hit you?
15 hits.
Okay, that's a whopping 3 rhubarb damage.
What is rhubarb and acid?
It's bludgeoning.
Okay.
But it is pretty acidic.
It got in the eye, not the eyes. The goggles, they do nothing.
Yeah, I'm sure. What would that have it to? 1 from 3 to 1, Wolf. That's
I was hoping for lemon.
All right. So there's only 1 pillar left. Bean, what are you up to right now?
Who's looking the most hurt? Does anybody look hurt? You?
Yeah.
Great. Bean is going to cast a little healing word on Fluff.
Oh, dearie, thank you so much.
Question, are you still in your fog cloud?
No.
Okay,
I
I
ran
was
out
gonna
to get
say.
to the pillar.
Cool. All right, Bean, you have anything else you want to do?
I would like to roll my dice so I can figure out how much.
How much?
9. You get 13 HP back.
Oh, wow, thank you.
Wow.
I used a 3rd level spell slot for you.
Crazy.
Dearie.
Bonus action. Sid, get that pie thingy.
You got it, miss. And he'll go ahead and make his little happy way down to this second in a row pie thing. Gonna take a good old whack at it.
Mm-hmm.
And he will hit.
So proud
And
of him.
he will hit for, he rolled 4 on his d4. So that's max damage for Sid.
That's my baby.
The pie thing has a big old line in it right through the center. It's still fine though. It could still shoot something. Might just be a little bit crooked. Does that complete your turn, Bean?
Yep.
Alrighty, Dill. What are you doing?
You know what Dill's doing.
I never know what Dill's doing.
Catching that ring. And he's throwing it into Mount Doom. The otherwise known as the ring hole in the pillar.
Is he genuinely trying to throw it right now? Or is he gonna get close enough that it's just like is this a... Because you're probably like, you were right in the middle with Gramps, you're like 20 feet from it.
He'll just,
So
he'll
you-
just run up. He'll just
Okay,
Thinking
okay.
about it, yeah.
Alright.
Jake wants to go for style points, but
Gramps just earned a child reared badge.
Oh my
He
goodness.
didn't throw a gift ring away.
Okay. Dill, thank goodness. As you approach this pillar, put the ring in a very stylish way, all right? Now that you don't have your ankle bracelet on, you can move with more freedom than you've ever had in your entire life. And this last pillar slurps into the ground and the little light lights up. All of the sudden, the pie shooters just kind of power down, and what was left of the Karens, their eyes all shut, all 5 of them all in a long row. But the pie, it doesn't go anywhere, but all of the sudden, the maple that was on top just vanishes. So Wolf, you are still left on top of this pie. There is now a gaping hole leading down to where that trapdoor was.
Dill is gonna check the Karen's pockets for Dodge Caravan keys.
I will yell out to everybody that I have seen this hole in the pie and that I'm gonna go down to the trapdoor while waving the wand so that they can see that as well. And I am going to attempt to find the trapdoor.
Okay, so you get in there. It's not hard to find.
Okay.
You have to brush away a little bit of like crumbs, but Maple wasn't doing anything destructive. So the inside still looks fine now that nothing is shaking anymore.
Okay.
Do you want to open the trapdoor?
I will check it for traps and then open it.
Okay. Dill already opened it. There was nothing.
All right.
It has. You're good.
Okay, then I will open it.
Okay. It is still dark down there, but now that you have this little wand with the red light on the top, you can put the red light down there, and you can see that there's a chest within the trapdoor.
Okay.
Better be our badges.
I will look around quickly to see if anybody is coming, and if I don't immediately see them, I'm hopping down in there and checking the chest for traps before I see if I can open it.
Fluff
Maybe
was
the
profusely
van keys
thanking
are in
Bean
there.
on the way over.
Aw.
Guys.
Bean will head over when Wolf was announcing that. Also, does anybody else need healing?
Is everyone making their way over to look down into the trapdoor as Wolf is trying to find whatever's down there?
Yes.
Gramps does bring in a pie for everybody on the way.
Awesome.
Hopefully I'm starving.
Great teamwork, bud. All right, so Wolf, as you get down to the bottom, there's just a little ladder. You get down there easily. And there is a lock on this chest.
Okay, I will attempt to pick it.
Okay, go ahead.
Watch what you're picking in public.
Don't forget you have advantage.
Good thing. 22.
That will do it.
That's
With a
much
little
better
click.
than the 5.
There is a very easily done click as this lock just falls off of this box. You open it, and there are patches in there.
Oh.
How many patches are there?
5.
Only 5?
Only 5.
Damn it. All right. I am going to pull the 5 patches out.
I get the feeling you were gonna try and shortchange Dill.
Well, no, if there was more stuff in there, though, you were going to get your patch. I'm not saying you weren't going to get anything else. But
Is that a patch? How do we get out of here and not die?
So you guys notice the rift that was there to get out of the you guys can easily break a hole in the top of this, like the side of the pie, and just help each other out.
Eat your way out.
The rope is still hanging out of so you guys can use the rope.
I am going, before I come back up out of the hole, I'm going to take a quick, curious look around to see if there's anything else in there of interest or value.
It is very sticky in there. Like just pie filling exploded. That's
Okay.
it. Yep.
All right.
So everybody emerges sticky.
But we have our patches.
Yes, and I will just say for everyone to know, the patches are all of the muffins that we had on the art. So everyone has a
Bran.
yeah, little brand muffin patch for Gramps. While you guys
I'm a bit
are
curious on my daughter signing this slip. Does she not understand like anything?
I think you might need to give her a talking to.
I think Mom should have just let me hang out with the kids at home, to be honest. It would have been safer, but...
as you guys are coming out, Gramps, give me a perception check as you guys are exiting the pie.
That is a 17.
Okay, so as you are doing this, you see a small child kind of cowering in fear, just sitting on that cookie cobblestone path, and you recognize that, yes, this boy has silver hands like he was within the raccoon, but he's just a normal kid. He's not animatronic, he's not anything. He's just kind of sitting there, and as soon as he sees all of you guys coming out of the pie, he kind of perks up a little bit. He just confidently starts walking over to you.
Are you all right there, little fella? Who do you belong to?
I don't belong to anybody. I was actually hoping, because I saw that, I heard that you were here to help kids, and I don't have anywhere else to go, so if you wouldn't mind, and he just, like, grabs your hand.
Kind of looks down at it and says, well, all right, buddy. How big's the kid?
He's half your size. He looks like he's, like, 7. He's a dwarf.
He's a dwarf. Pick him up, throw him on my shoulder. Said, "All right, kid, you're coming with me. Then we'll figure out." You ever heard about how to use a warhammer?
You ever been in a cockpit before, Billy?
He shakes his head no, but you see he does have a name tag and it says Grumps.
Well, that's gonna make for some interesting. That'll be an interesting tavern name. Grumps and Gramps.
As you guys are all admiring your patches, I'm sure, you guys see in the distance, down from the gingerbread gate, Maple starts running towards you.
Attack her!
She She has another tray of muffins, and she stops dead in her track. Oh, hey, buds. What did I miss?
I shoot her with my bow and arrow.
I appreciate the muffins, but I think
I make an attack roll.
With that, you viewers are now leaving Somerset.
Maple goes into a rage, and Wolf is no more.
Somerset is a mistful place, one where children and grandparents alike leave planes sticky in their wake. Want to compare sashes? We have a few. What patch did you get this time? No campfire? That's okay. We'll go ahead and just make one that keeps the light on for when you return, hopefully slightly less sticky. Or maybe, just maybe, slightly less capitalist, a little bit more of a stand-in grandpa for an orphan kid, slightly more gassy but more lovable than ever, a little less bottom and a little more top, or just less in juvie than you would have been if you hadn't stolen any salt at all. Thank you all for being here, buds. See you at camp again soon. And that's where we'll end Maple's Muffins.
See y'all soon. See you next week. Thank you.
Good